Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third ever episode of Shutterbugs, the show where three toy photographers talk about everything and anything geeky. My name is Finn, and I am joined by my co-hosts Aiden.
What's up? What's up?
And Alex.
Hey, y'all, you know who it is.
Stop. You heard it enough.
I'm telling you, I need a catchphrase, bro. I'm weird
Okay.
like that.
You can keep it. I actually like that catchphrase. I'm just hating it. I was just expecting it, and then when it happened, I was like, no.
Everybody in the comments put hashtag Finn as a hater.
I'm not a hater. I love most things. I'm not a hater. Okay, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah, I'm dope. I'm doing dope like always, man. Got some new pickup. I'm ready.
Oh, I
Definitely.
am too. Oh,
My
I'm so-
pickups are a little light today. My pickups are a little light this week, but my binges are pretty good. So
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm
let's
ready.
get into it. For sure. So this first section is pickups and binges for anyone who's new. Basically, we talk about anything we picked up or anything we've watched, read, enjoyed, listened to, anything like that. Who wants to go first this week?
I'm down with going first.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
last this week.
Okay,
So
I'll
Aiden,
go
you're gonna go in the middle.
All right.
Alex, take it away, bro.
So, even though I am hashtag broke boy, I did.
Yeah. You have something that very much contrasts that statement.
Yeah, I've recently picked up some stuff. Some of it was gifts because again I'm hashtag broke boy, but I did pick on some stuff. So the beginning of my pickups, I was gifted a Marvel Legends Multiple Man, which if you follow me at Alex N Richardson on Instagram, you'll see that I think I posted that like last night at the time of recording this. A
Is
picture
that
of
the shot with the suited body guy?
yeah, where he was.
Yeah, looks sweet.
It's been difficult for me to try and figure out how to photograph him because I only have one multiple man. So I've been trying to think of ways to kind of incorporate him in the setups and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
But
Who hooked you up?
my wonderful grandmother.
Aww.
I
was expecting someone, like, in the
we were
community.
expecting someone in the community.
Yeah, no,
that
she's
was classic.
very far away from the community. But
You were low key embarrassed. You're like, my
No, I just thought it
amazing
was funny.
grandmother.
That was
I thought it
very
was hilarious. So yeah, I picked him up. I really like him. I just wish that he came with some extra hands. A snapping hand would have been so dope. Like I'm seeing people shooting a shot where he's just holding that hand up, and you see just like 8 multiple men just coming out and stuff like that. But yeah, so I got him, and then I recently got a new Dio, which you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram. It is kind of like a landscape sort of thing. I've been waiting to get that for a little while now, and I really like it. The rock details are very nice. I'm really excited to really get going with it. It's been a bit difficult to, every new Dio I get, there's always like a point where I'm like, I have no idea what I want to do and how to achieve it, but I'm really liking it so far. I can't wait to shoot some more stuff with it. But as far as other figures are concerned,
So wait, hold on. So what does the dial look like? Like, explain to people who haven't seen it. Like, what?
yeah, it's a landscape dial. So it's basically like if you think of a laptop, where the keyboard is and stuff like that, and where the mouse is, that's pretty much the base of it. And then a little bit further along, there's some big rocks. I don't know, maybe Aiden, I don't know if you could like pull up my Instagram.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Yeah, just so that way the people can see it, because explaining it
It
is
looks
hard.
really sweet.
Yeah.
By the way,
Mhm.
curious question real fast, Alex, because I've been trying to get this kind of done for a little bit, and so I'm curious what you're gonna say. But what did you like? How do you plant the trees inside the dials you make? Like, do you just carve holes? Do you poke holes? Like, I'm curious how you do that.
Yeah, actually, in my behind the scenes videos that I post on my story, pretty much every time I post a new picture, I'll show that, and I know it's mostly pretty quick because they're only like 15 seconds or whatever. But all the trees are real branches that I got from outside.
Yeah, that's what I use as well.
And I basically just use duct tape, and there's like a whole shelf above my work area, so I just duct tape to the top of the shelf and
Oh.
branch.
Wow, I would have never guessed
That's-
that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either because I have like this old like styrofoam and like it's better than pink foam to just poke holes in. So I just did that, but like the base looks awful. So I was wondering like how, besides having those foam trees that like 796 Studios and Lala Studios make, I was like, how would you put the branches in without damaging the foam?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I think that if you have if you paint it up and you're like, okay, this is how I want the trees to look at all times, and then you like poke them into the diorama or whatever, glue them in, and then paint over that, like I think it'll look great. But if you're trying to like move your trees around, like Alex, that's a really good idea. Is like putting them above.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I did that, was so that way I could move them, because I'm never set on anything ever. So I would never be able to just stick them in the dio and leave them as is. There would be a million holes in my dio.
Well, like that's what I did is I put like holes that the trees fit in. That way I could also use it for flat. But like it was way back when I first started painting, so the paint job's just awful, and like I can't really do much about it because it's all styrofoam.
Yeah.
So like I just don't know really if I should just make a new base and try something with that, or just I guess let it be.
Yeah, I mean, and even before I had the duct tape idea, when I was using like very small branches when I first started trying to incorporate trees, I had a piece of cardboard. It was like a rectangular piece of cardboard, and I put holes in that for the very small branches I did. So that's another way to do it if you just kind of want to stick it in something instead of using tape. Or you could just do it the very ghetto way and just have it just leaning against your background or whatever instead of sticking it or taping it to anything.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
What else did you pick up?
All right,
Alex,
hold on.
this
Wait. Just one last thing is I have a picture of the dial real fast that I just
Okay.
want to show everyone real fast. So it
Let's
was hard
see
to find, but I found it in my in our messages. So there it is.
Yeah, there
Wow, that Jason
Actually-
pose though,
it is. Don't be hating. Don't
so
be hating.
natural.
Yeah, bro, totally.
Hold on, wait. Let's stop talking for 2 seconds so we can actually see it. Hold on.
Is it still flipping back and forth?
Yeah, I can't see. Hold on.
Okay,
Oh,
hold
there
on.
it is.
I'm trying to get it. Oh, present to everyone.
Whoa.
Boom.
It,
That should have worked.
It is.
Um,
Okay, there you go.
yeah, there it is. Okay.
There we go. I didn't press that button.
I need to pick up a Jason figure, man. I don't want to get that one. I don't know which one I want to get though. I want to get if I can get the most definitive Jason, you know what I'm saying, the one I don't want to get part 3. I think that figure's so ugly.
Yeah, I like this one the most just because that's kind of like my mental image of Jason, just the
It's pretty sick, man.
yeah, I kind of like him looking a bit muddier as far as the colors. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
I imagine him.
I feel like his neck is really in some shots his neck can be really tall. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I have. But
What trooper is that, Alex? By the way, what stormtrooper is that? Is that just a normal one?
yeah, that's just a normal the original trilogy
Did you
one.
weather him?
Yes, I did a long time ago when I first got him. I did.
It looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I used like a pencil and some Sharpie, and I kind of drew the pencil on him and smudged it. And then for the Sharpie, I put it on a piece of paper towel, and I rubbed the paper towel on him to kind of give him that dirty look.
That Sharpie, I mean, that a pencil for sure. Okay, yeah. So either way, what else did you pick up this week, Alex?
Yeah, so I got that Dio, and then I'm going to skip ahead to today because I have a big reveal, and that I want to save for last.
I already know what it is, but I'm excited.
I don't. I'm excited to hear about this later.
Yeah, but so today I was out with the fam shopping for some things, and me and my mother, we went into a Burlington
Coat factory?
Yeah, well, they're not Coat Factory anymore. Have you seen those commercials, guys?
For real?
Yeah, they're taking Coat Factory out of it. They have commercials and crap and all that type of stuff for it. It's really weird. Anyway, we went in there and they actually had some Legends and some Black Series for $5 or $6.
Wow.
So I picked up the Guardians Wave Adam Warlock, just because that was like one of the few Legends they had there, so why not? And I picked up a Scarif Stormtrooper.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sweet. I have 2 of those Black Series figures, and they're sweet.
Are those the Rogue One ones?
Yeah, they're aren't they like the tan ones, right?
Yeah, they're
Dude, I haven't even seen those. Still, I've never seen those.
Yeah, they only had one. I was kind of bummed about that because I would have got two. But
That's
yeah,
really
I
cool.
picked him up, and I've unboxed him. I haven't taken Adam Warlock out of the box. I mean, he's just on the Bucky Cap mold, so it's not going to be,
For
all that
sure.
fantastic. But I
Aiden,
really-
Aiden, do you have to charge your computer?
Did you hear that?
We can see it. It's like 10%.
Oh, yeah. It's okay.
We'll
all
keep
good.
talking. We'll keep talking.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just so sweet, Alex. I think to get off track a little bit, I never really loved the Scarif Trooper design. It's grown on me a lot, but I love the hover tank Trooper design. I think that's so underrated. I think that Trooper design is so cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
I really like the colors on the Scarif Trooper, the blue and the red. I don't remember what the colors were like on the hover tank, but that's
They're
one-
like, it's like a white and gray and tan. It was like very sterile looking. I thought it was sweet.
Yeah, I don't know, just something about the kind of weathered paint on it just kind of adds to the war feel of some of the Star Wars stuff to me, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to pick one of those guys up. But yeah, so that's what I picked up today. And for my big reveal,
Here we go.
someone from the community, I don't know if I should name him because I don't, want him to get just blown up by people like, yo, can you hook me up with something? So a good guy from the community hooked me up with a camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who? Wait, no, don't say who. Don't say who.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
know we just said that. What kind of camera?
Yeah.
It is a Canon Rebel XS 1000D. I think that's what it's called.
Dude.
It's an older one, I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Rebels are really nice. Does it have the flip out screen?
No, it doesn't. I think it was
Okay.
before that. I don't.
Those are the eyes. Those are like the T something eyes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Have you shot on it yet?
I haven't because I'm trying to read the manual and trying to figure out how to, actually use the thing.
Yeah.
Alex, we're at later on sometime one of these nights. We're gonna get on a video call and we're figuring this out. I'll figure it out with you.
Yeah.
I'll walk you through. Yeah, me and Finn will walk you through.
Yeah, for real. That's so cool. How are you liking it?
I mean, it looks nice. I haven't really used it yet. I've been trying to figure out,
It's got it on his shelf with like a spotlight beaming at it. It looks
Dude,
Yeah.
that's cool.
He did send a couple lenses with it as well. I don't remember what they are right now, to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't know a whole bunch about cameras, to be honest. So
Yeah, I would love to hear what lenses they are. Do you have a 50? Is it like? Do you have any
no,
small lenses?
I don't have a 50, unfortunately.
They're like $100, man. Ask for that for Christmas. Like it is.
I will.
I've used that lens for like 2 years, and it's the only lens I use.
Yeah, everybody swears by the 50, the nifty 50, as
Yeah, for real.
78 calls it. So yeah, I'm excited to start shooting with that. I don't know how I'll do with it. My pics could be horrible. Maybe I'm so used to the phone that I'll be stressed out using it. Who knows? Maybe it'll
Honestly, man, like
easier.
they'll probably be rough at the beginning, but like once you get used to it, bro, it's over. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, but
That's awesome. I'm
I'm
so
really
excited for you.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
what I was telling him.
I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to start shooting stuff with it. Read the manual, figure out how to use the dang thing first.
Bro, watch YouTube videos. Like look up videos on your certain camera. That's what I did.
Yeah, I did actually look up the videos, and then I realized that the camera was a little bit older when I saw one videos from like 9 years ago. I was like, oh.
Dude, 9 years old, that's not bad though. I mean, that's still Canon makes great cameras no matter what age.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't trashing on it. I'm very thankful that the dude sent it to me because
For sure.
Lord knows I did not have the money to buy a camera. So,
Which model did you say it was?
the XS 1000D, I think it said.
Sweet, dude.
I'm pronouncing it right. Who knows?
Yep, I think you're right. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, but I think that concludes my pickups. I know that was very long-winded. Sorry, guys. But
Dude, I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so sorry. I'm so happy.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I can't wait. So as far as my binges, I haven't been reading as much as the last 2 episodes. That's just kind of stagnated for some reason. I have no idea why. Maybe I just got lazy or bored or something. But so I haven't been reading much. But as far as my binges, I finished Daredevil season 3. I don't know if I said that last episode or not. I don't even remember when I finished it. But that was amazing. And I've been watching the hip hop evolution thing you told me about, Finn.
Yeah.
episode on Netflix, and that has been interesting. It has been very interesting. I don't know if we should talk more about this on screen time or just
Let's talk about it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I watched it with my family. Now, a little history lesson on me, because I love talking about me or something. You know me. But my mom, if anybody doesn't know, I'm Black. So my mom grew up being Black in the 80s. So obviously she loved hip hop in the 80s. That was her era in the 80s. She loved that stuff. So she introduced it to me when I was very young. And I would listen to people like Run DMC and Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J and people like that. I got more into the 90s stuff, later on up to now. So we were very excited to kind of see the first season because they talked about the 70s and 80s stuff. And we watched it, and the first like 2 episodes were pretty dope because they were going into the history of it and stuff like that. They were talking about DJ Kool Herc and Coke La Rock all of a sudden, and
Curtis Blow.
Yes, Curtis Blow. Okay, by the way, I just want to say, seeing how Melly Mel looks now is just hilarious. He looks like a creeper now. My goodness. But we were liking the start of it, and then when they got to the Def Jam and Run DMC type stuff and the LL Cool J stuff, we kind of began to be a little bit disappointed. And the reason was at the beginning of the 70s stuff, it almost felt like they were telling the history of hip hop, instead of this weird brand that this guy, the host, is trying to sell of this evolution type thing, because they were so detailed in the 70s stuff, but I feel like they left out a lot of the stuff in the 80s and the late 80s. For example, there was hardly any mention of female MCs.
Yeah, I think you'll get more of that in the next season. You do. Yeah. Like you get a lot of Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, that kind of stuff. But I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, because in the first season we saw like a 30-second, maybe even 15-second glimpse of Roxanne Shante, and there was no mention that she was a rapper at all, which was very strange to me. I thought it was very strange that when you're talking about the evolution of hip hop, you don't talk about how females started getting into it, and they didn't even touch battle rapping, which I thought was interesting. And what I thought was really interesting was that they didn't talk about beatboxing or Dougie Fresh or people like Slick Rick, which, Dougie Fresh and beatboxing, I think that could very well be in the evolution of hip hop.
What is occurring right now?
Did they
Dougie
not
Fresh?
Wait, hold on. Did they not talk about Slick Rick?
They didn't talk about Slick Rick, bro.
I feel like
Slick Rick.
Slick Rick, he's super influential, but he is like some of the best storytelling raps ever.
Aiden, yes. Have you ever heard Lottie Dottie, We Likes to Party? Have you ever heard that before?
You ever heard Children's Story?
So. No.
Bro, I'm making you a playlist. I'm doing it right now. But Alex, to comment on what you're saying, I get that completely. I think it's more like if you go in there being like, I need to know how everything evolved, then it's like it's not going to be what you're expecting. Right, but I think if you're like, I want to hear about how the biggest and most influential acts of the era came about in that history and like how that progressed into the next big stuff.
Yeah.
Then I think you'll be more into super in depth. And they kind of moved into, I actually prefer the newer way, which is like the 90s stuff. But like, I do agree that I just think it's more like, I like the documenting like the big artists, you know what I'm saying? And like, they have a whole ladies first pretty much episode in the second season.
Cool. Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Our issue was that it felt like they were doing an in-depth thing, but then as soon as they got to Run DMC and LL Cool J, it was like, and now we're talking about NWA. It was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, we didn't even touch on female MCs. We didn't even touch on Lottie Dottie, which, Lottie Dottie is an influential track. Miley Cyrus referenced that on one of her
songs. The freaking The Adventures or whatever it's called of Slick Rick, the one where he's like kneeling, you know what I'm talking about? That album?
Yeah.
That album's super popular. I think maybe it's I think for the female, your problem with the female stuff, I don't think, and this is my opinion from what I know, I don't think it's females had that much influence until the early 90s. Not saying that they weren't good or influential like underground, but I'm saying like they weren't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think me and my family were like, the title is it, and my mom and dad actually made a documentary before, but
Really?
the title of it is Hip Hop Evolution. So to me, if you're in the '70s and the early '80s, there no female was rapping, but then you got people like Salt and Pepper and MC Light and
Oh yeah,
Roxanne Shante and people like that, and it's like, whoa, women can actually do this. That to me seems like a very strange area to forget about when you're talking about evolution.
for sure.
And I think if the first couple episodes started off like the '80s episodes did, where it's just kind of like jumping from point to point instead of doing this long history, then I think we would have been a little bit lighter on it. But because they started off so intricate and in depth, and then all of a sudden they just kind of threw away Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and all these other people, the female MCs, beatboxing, battle rapping, and stuff like that. It was just kind of like, I mean, this is all right. For us, I think our problem is that we know too much. So all of the stuff that they're saying in the '80s episodes,
Definitely.
we already know. So it's like, why aren't you getting into the good stuff? Like, for example, they had Kool Moe Dee in an interview, and they had LL Cool J in an interview. Did you know that Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J had a feud back in the day when they were rapping? Why didn't they talk about that? There was like a huge like rivalry on one of Kool Moe Dee's album covers. He had a Kango underneath a car and a chain that looked like LL Cool J's underneath the car to make it look like he ran over LL Cool J. They didn't talk about any of that.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I disagree. I think it's like, I don't want them touching on all that unnecessary stuff. For me, I mean, this is my opinion. I mean, there's so much, hip hop is such a big genre. It's like, there's almost too much for them to cover. And I think that they did the right thing where they're like, okay, '70s, there's barely anyone making this type of music.
Right. Yeah.
So we focused on them for a while, but as we get into the late '80s, early '90s, it's booming. And so that we have to focus on the bigger artists, else we're never going to get through this show and it'll come off boring. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, that's where I give them like that's where I understand that. But I mean, if you're going in there wanting to hear about LL Cool J more and wanting to hear about early female rappers in the '70s and '80s and stuff, then I feel like you will be disappointed.
Yeah. And I think my main issue with the kind of stuff, like I said earlier with the Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J thing, is because you were sitting right there talking to them. So I know if I was doing this documentary, I would ask them about it. That's not to say that it would make it into an episode or anything. I mean, who knows? They could have asked them and it was on the cutting room floor. But I'm sure, that type of stuff is kind of the stuff that kind of has left us, which it kind of makes me scared about the 90s stuff. Not that it won't be good, but just like, well, I mean, I know they're not going to talk about these people. And I have to ask you, do they talk about Black Sheep?
No,
bro,
they should.
That's busted.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. I don't think you can go in there. You can't expect everyone. Like, I mean, there are plenty of rappers that I love or rap albums that I love that they don't even mention at all. But it's like you kind of have to. Like, they can't talk about who's the Black Sheep, what's the Black Sheep. They barely talk about Main Source. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Public Enemy, they talk about it for a little bit, and that's one of my favorite groups.
Busted to me too. Yeah.
I mean, you don't talk about Flava Flav barely. You don't talk like. Chuck D still does interviews throughout it though, which is cool. I really like Chuck D a lot. Yeah, but I mean, it's just like my view on it is like the stuff they do well, they do super well, and you just kind of have to just go along with it. Like, oh, so they're gonna talk about Biggie for half an episode, and Tupac only for half an episode, but then you'll get a whole episode about like KRS or other stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't make much sense to me, but like
that doesn't at all. And like, do they talk about Boogie Down Productions at all when they're talking to KRS?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do for sure.
Okay.
They talk about what's the 2 Live Crew? They talk about 2 Live Crew. They talk about that. The one thing I love about the second season, I think the second season's much better than the first one, is that they jump down to like Atlanta too.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like more like, oh, well, now that hip hop's out of New York, what's going on with 2 Live Crew and what's going on with this stuff? I pray that for season 3 they get into like Scarface and Jay-Z. Jay-Z is my second favorite rapper ever. I mean, so like Scarface and like Jay-Z and like that kind of stuff, like more of Nas's beef with him and like more about Diddy and that stuff. Like, I really hope we get more of that because I need multiple Jay-Z episodes. Like, come on.
I wonder if they're gonna do Eminem for the third season. I wonder.
Oh, I don't know if they'll get there.
What is occurring right
I mean,
now?
Eminem was like 2000, 2000.
Yeah, I think like this one ended like Illmatic and like in Ready to Die. It was like 94-ish.
What? Wow. Okay.
I mean, it hops back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
It was like Illmatic and then Ready to Die, and so I think this one's gonna be like mid and like later 90s because I want to see them talk about like 2001.
Yeah.
Which they will. There's no way they won't.
Yeah. But you don't need to tell me if they do or don't, but I'm gonna be disappointed if they don't talk a little bit about Jay Dilla. Don't tell me. But yeah, that's the stuff I've been binging. Oh, and really quick, as far as music, sorry, Aiden, I know I'm taking forever.
It's okay.
You haven't talked for like 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's like, what is going? Is this even my podcast? What podcast?
Well, that's hilarious.
Am I listening to a podcast or am I in one? But as far as music, I've actually been, since watching this documentary, I've been going back and listening to a lot of the mid to late 80s stuff. And it's hilarious to me because going back, you know, I'm very against some of the stuff that's going on with rap now, outside of like people like Kendrick Lamar, who's currently my favorite rapper that's rapping currently. I love Kendrick.
Yeah. He's but if we're leaving Kanye out of the conversation, Kendrick is number 1 too right now.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, like, don't hate me, but I've never really been a big Kanye person.
It's okay, man. Everyone, you will. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's hard for me to separate.
100%. I get it.
You know,
we don't have to get into that. I get it. You have a 100% valued, like valid complaint there, and we don't even have to.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm very against what's going on with rap now. But going back and listening to some of Run DMC, especially Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, and even some of LL Cool J's lines, it cracks me up because I'm like, some of these rhymes are on par, if not better, with some of these mumble rap rhymes that are out right now, and that is hilarious to me. Like like especially Rakim. Rakim to me was on another level. Like he had an 80s flow, like it was very slow and it was like this, but what he was saying, I was like, these is not 80s rhymes though. Like Rakim was.
Wait, so what are you saying? Are you saying that his rhymes aren't good because you don't think mumble rappers are good, or are you saying that it's like?
No, I'm saying that mumble rappers, to me, their rhymes have not evolved that much from the 80s stuff.
For sure. Okay, gotcha.
And that's what's hilarious to me, is because you have people like a Kendrick, a Jay-Z, a Kanye,
a J. Cole, like
J. Cole,
that kind of stuff.
Sometimes Jordan Lucas, Logic. You have people like that have elevated, that have gotten to the, you know, past the 90s stuff and have gotten to the good part of the 2010s. And then you have people like Lil Yachty and Pump, who don't even sound better than Run DMC.
So do you not like mumble rap at all?
Not really. I'm very hard to please. With me, I'm very hard to please with rap, and the reason why is because I like the 90s stuff so much, and lyricism is big to me. So I'm not listening to stuff for the beat. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Interesting.
With the beat.
So I agree.
You know, with me, I want
their Kendrick and stuff.
Yeah, with me and the lyrics and stuff, I want you to sound like you're doing something that I can't do. Otherwise, it kind of annoys me because it's like you're making $2.3 million every hour for going, yeah. But
the music is hard though.
Yeah, but you know, and that's another thing that irritates me because I've said before, my dad's a producer.
Yeah.
Sure. So if anyone should be getting credit, it shouldn't be the person that's going, yeah. It should be the producer that made the beat.
The beats are the best part of today's rap, 1000%, and that's where I like. You're losing me a little bit because like I agree with you that I prefer, you know what my favorite music is. I prefer the 90s, like early 2000s, that kind of stuff. That's my thing. But it's like I enjoy music as a whole. This is how I always view it. It's just how it makes me feel. So if a song gets me hype and the lyrics are trash, but like I love the instrumental and it has good energy and stuff, I'll like the song just because like I like the vibe. But if a song's like and if a song's beat is trash, but like the lyrics are super good and the vibe is there, like I can still dig it too.
Yeah.
But I do think I value instrumentals and like flows and stuff more than I do lyricism, which is interesting because I really do love lyrics. But it's like I do love like Travis Scott and I do like Drake and I do like that kind of stuff. I'm not a Pump or Yachty fan, but I mean even Yachty has a couple songs that I do like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel you on that. For me, yeah, it's been lyricism with rap and just being able to elevate rather than just going yeah
For
on
sure.
the track. Because to me, you shouldn't be getting the credit the producer should. Why is the producer's name on
We
here?
can always agree on that one. The producer should. There's never enough credits in hip hop music.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff is the justice part of me is like, but you're not doing anything. So anyway, I've been listening to the old 80s stuff and stuff like that cracks me up. But it also reminds me of how much I still do like the 80s stuff. You know, when I really got into the 90s stuff, I was like, bump the 80s stuff, man. The 90s is where it's at. But I mean, there are some Run DMC songs that I still like to this day.
Yeah. Well, there's there's very few songs that'll get you as hype or as into a song as Straight Outta Compton or like
Right. Yeah.
It's Tricky, you know what I mean? Like Walk This Way or like even like or dude, freaking the not the lyricism, but like the storytelling on Children's Story.
Yeah.
Or on like Sitting in My Car by Slick Rick, that kind of stuff. Like I get what you're saying, bro, completely.
Right. Or even The Show by Slick Rick and just Dougie Fresh.
Did you okay, before we get off hip hop, did you listen to Black Star?
With Mos Def?
Yeah.
Bro, I love Respiration on there, man. That song.
Okay. Was that Talib and Mos Def?
Yeah, that was yeah. Bro, I love Respiration, bro. I wore that song out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just because one of my friends like recommended that to me a while ago. And like I got into that, which is really sweet. But yeah, anyways, what else have you been binging, man? Anything else?
I think that's pretty much been it. I've been I guess we can talk a little bit about video games just really quick. I'm sorry, Aiden. I know you like
bro, Aiden over here thirsty, bro. Aiden's out here starving for talk time, bro.
I think I took a nap during that hour.
I did on through Xbox Live like a couple years ago or last year, I did get Sleeping Dogs, which was I don't know if you guys have ever played.
Yes.
And so I actually played through that story one time, but I've been recently replaying it just because I really like that game for some reason. I wish there was a sequel to that because I really enjoyed that game.
That game is awesome, dude. Aiden, for Aiden and whoever else has never played Sleeping Dogs, it is Kung Fu GTA. So you're in what is it, Hong Kong, and it's GTA, but you're like good at Kung Fu, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Sleeping Dogs, dude, I gotta check it out.
It's so it's like it was like $10 at GameStop, like $10-15 on the PS4.
Yeah, what's my favorite thing about it though is the start screen beats, bro. Those things get me hype every time. I don't know what it is with me, but like
if you know me,
if you know me, Asian Japanese beats, I love those for some reason with those instruments and those samples and stuff like that. Bro, I love those beats. If mumble rappers rapped over those beats, I would be much lighter on them.
Bro, yeah, I feel you. Do you like K-pop? I know that's kind of not the same, but like, do you like K-pop?
No. No, not at all.
That's another example of music that like I value the feel and the beat over the lyrics because I don't understand any lyrics.
I'm not a pop person.
Yeah, okay, I got you. And I'm rap first too, but I do love some pop.
Yeah, with me, it's hip hop, jazz, everything else instead of pop and country.
I think for me, it's hip hop, R&B, then pop. And then country and grunge are very last. I listen to like death noise metal than grunge and country.
Yeah, and I may talk about more jazz maybe next episode when we talk about music again because I'm really into jazz. And I think jazz is one of those things to me where outside of audio quality, it can be very timeless to me.
For sure.
Very interesting, certain corners. So,
do you like Bill Evans?
I have not listened to him.
Okay, he's like a jazz pianist. Like I think you'd really like him. Okay, Sleeping Dogs. Anything else?
No, I think that's it on there. I think we can actually let Aiden talk.
Aiden, talk for as long as you want, man. I will not even interrupt. Talk as long as you want.
No, it was fun. It was funny. My pickups this week, I actually had a pretty great week, and I know you guys saw a lot of me sending pictures of boxes and who knows what in the chat. So as you guys know, I've kind of been in a little bit of a Star Wars craze lately, and been trying to build up my Imperial kind of collection a little bit. So I've been working on that. So I was on Walgreens.com because I've been finding a lot of action figures on there that like you can just kind of get. So like they have right now, they have the General Veers. He's the one in Empire Strikes Back with the helmet on and the walker. They have him at Walgreens right now. And so I basically decided to go and I got 2 of him actually from their website, and that shipped to me. And that figure, the face printing on him is amazing. And he's just a good figure because he comes with a lot of parts. Like he comes with this helmet, then the hat, and then like a chest plate, and then the blaster. So like you can have him in a variety of like kind of outfits, kind of like the Hydra Soldier 2-pack. So I have him right now like all geared up, and then also just in the regular commander outfit. And it's a great like little army build. And then I also picked up, so I was thinking a little bit ago, I really want to go down and get like all the Bandai SH Figuarts Star Wars like original trilogy like figures. So like the Leia hasn't coming out, but like the Farm Boy Luke, the Han Solo and Chewbacca, like those figures because they look really good. But
Bro,
they cost like
Luke. Get Farm Boy Luke. He's fun.
I know. He looks so good. It's just they're I mean, they're not as expensive as many other figures like Mezco's or Mafex, but figures like they're like $50, so about the price of a Marvel Legends 2-pack, but like they're still pretty expensive, like a line to complete. So, and I've already like since last year had basically every Black Series like original trilogy figure besides the like New Hope Han Solo and Princess Leia. And so I finally on Walmart.com actually they had Princess Leia for $15. And then they had the option to free ship to the store near me, and then I could just pick it up. So that's the Walmart box you guys saw. So I got her, which I'm super happy about. Simon Hill does some great shots with her, and I mean, she looks pretty good too. So that was Black Series. I'm trying to and then I also speaking of that, I went to remember how I was talking to you guys about the Bandai Model Kit Stormtrooper?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I love that Stormtrooper. Like I was watching Robo's review, the Foosh, and he loves it too. It's like his favorite Stormtrooper in his collection, and they're just really great figures. And so I remembered that the Han Solo model kit for like Han Solo and the Stormtrooper had come out, and those are only like $30 compared to like $50 figures, and all you have to do is put them together yourself. And so I went to Barnes & Noble, and sure enough, they still had it, so I picked that up. And I'm gonna mainly use him for like another like regular Stormtrooper, but it's nice to have that unmasked option. And so I picked him up, and I've been building him, and holy crap, I didn't know model kits were such a tedious task. My word. Bro. So, and like I have to have this like sandpaper next to me to like kind of scrape off just a little bit to make sure it's like all sanded, like all the pieces that kind of break off sometimes. So that was a little bit of a pain. And then I think that's it for figures. And then I know I sent this to the group that I purchased last night, which is like I'm super stoked about. I purchased the extreme sets despite all the trash. I wouldn't say trash we were talking about them, but like how we were saying that like other dioramas are so better. But I picked up the Subway Terminal 2.0, and I am so excited because like the thing about the Subway Terminal from Extreme Sets is I feel like that is their best set because it's really hard to replicate in foam form, and even that, but also they do a good job of replicating it in the Extreme Sets form. Like the houses, like the grungy houses and hallways, those are supposed to be wood and not reflect light as much. But the Subway Terminals, those white tiles are supposed to reflect light a little more. So like it makes it look a lot better, and they do a really good job. And like the 2.0, I don't know if the 1.0 came with it, Alex, but it comes with this big staircase with like rails that like the characters can walk down in.
It didn't, and I'm bummed.
It looks so good. That's why I'm like super excited. And again, price point wise, that whole set, and I mean, it is a huge Extreme, like that's probably one of their biggest sets they've done. And that's only $50. And like, again, same price as an SH Figuarts, like Han Solo figure. So it's crazy to like put that in perspective, but I'm super excited about that.
Yeah,
And then
that's gonna look sweet, bro.
yeah, I'm super stoked about that. I'm super excited. And then I went to our our hobby store here, which is Michael's, and I picked up some paints. I had there was a $5 off any purchase coupon that was going around, so I picked up some paints, sandpaper, a black wash from Testers that I want to try out on some of my figures to customize. And I think that's what I got from Michael's. And
Also, really quick, Aiden, before we get off to Star Wars, did you see that Best Buy sale that they were having on the Ray with the speeder?
no, they were.
She was like $11, bro.
Oh, I'm so bummed
I
now.
don't know. It might still be up, dude. I'd check. I don't know.
I don't even have a Ray in my collection. I have a Finn from Jakku, like that version, but I've seen her a lot with like the 3D printing technology, and it looks great. I just have never gone around to like actually purchasing her.
That Ray looks really good. I'd look it up like ASAP, man. It was
will.
up there yesterday, so.
Okay, maybe I'll stop by there tomorrow because we have the day off tomorrow.
And it's on their website too, so you can always.
Oh, sick! That'd be sweet. And then last thing, and I guess this could fall into if we make a diorama category, but yesterday I took the backside of those wallpaper pieces I use in like my shots, my interior shots. I took the backside and I made, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys watches Boog's reviews, and he has like in the background, he has this like two-toned wall that has like a darker green on the bottom half and then like a whitish on the top, and it's like all cracked and beaten up, and there's like a brown trim.
Yeah.
And it's that's his like apartment hallway type of wall, but he uses it for his reviews. And I've seen it in a lot of like photos that aren't even his, that like that's kind of the consistent piece that a lot of people use, is that like dark green on the bottom half and then like the white beaten up on the top with like a brown trim going around it. So I made one of those pieces off the backside, which I'm pretty stoked about that way. And I'm going to do the same with the rest of them, which is why like that way I can use the, front side for like the interior, I guess, of like the room or like wherever they're rating or doing whatever. And then like the back side I can use for the walls and like the hallway. So it's like, it's a very, it has like a lot of functions in that way. And I've been wanting to do that for a while. Cause like foam, it's not too expensive, but like cutting it all and like doing that over and over again, and just storing it also is a pain. So like the less you have and like the more you can make out of it's really keen
For sure.
in that aspect. But that is it, I believe, which I'm super excited about. Oh, and I took apart the Ubiquitous diorama finally.
Nice.
Because that thing I've had up in its original configuration for a while, and I've just been so scared from when I first put it together because my fingers were torn apart that I didn't want to like tear it back apart. So I finally took it apart and like just made some like, I just kept some like little walls together. You know how like Muhammad Yassin and I believe Adam Smith like use like just little portions of it here and there in shots for like collages and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so I decided to take a couple pieces of those for like Star Wars shots and stuff. And so I think I'm going to be planning one of those out maybe tonight or tomorrow.
What do you rate everything you got? Because I know I want to try to make sure we're rating everything.
Yeah, good. Thank you for reminding me. The General Veers figure, I rate him probably a 4 actually out of 5. The articulation's decent as much as you could expect out of Black Series, but one, he's a general, so like he doesn't really need that much. And 2, the face printing technology is out of this world. And all the interchangeable like vests and hats and stuff he comes with definitely makes him a 4 or 4.5 for sure FPS. And then the Princess Leia, I'd give a 3 FPS just because the face isn't amazing. I've seen a lot of like better customs from it, but it's still a good figure to take shots with. If you just look at Simon Hill's work, you'll see that. So I think that's a good figure. And then let's see what else I get. Figure wise, I don't think I got. Haven't got the extreme sets yet. And then the Ubiquitous diorama, 5 out of 5 FPS. I've had it for a while, and it's just such a good piece. Oh, and then one other thing, not concerning rating. I know Alex knows this, but I've been searching the community very, very intensively for a Daredevil screaming custom head because when we get into the screen time, I'll explain everything about Daredevil because you guys know I've been catching up. Yes. But I've been looking, and I want to get the Netflix one too because that Daredevil looks great too. Or even maybe the Mezco Netflix, but I think that'd be expensive. But I mean, I just like like playing around with my Daredevil figure because I have the Defenders box one, so he has like that little like more matte color instead of gloss. And just looking at that, and then looking at whoever did the photo with the Ninja Turtles, and it's the same figure, and like just looking at that screaming head, I'm like dying to have one for shots, and so I definitely want to purchase one. I think I'm talking to someone about him making me one, so I'm super excited.
Bro,
But
you were going ham looking
I
for that.
was.
You were like,
I literally was typing in every like word I could. I was like Daredevil, Kingpin, Bullseye. Like I was literally typing everything in to find those photos.
Bro, that's so funny.
you were cracking me up. I was like, bro, chill. People kicked you out.
Oh yeah.
Funny. Okay, you all good, man? You talk about everything?
Yeah, binges wise, I'll talk about.
I'm so sorry. Get in there, bro.
No, you're good. I think I'll talk about Daredevil on screen time a little more, but I'll just say that I believe last Thursday or I guess a couple days ago, technically because it's Monday, but I finally started watching Daredevil. I was literally lying in bed at night, and I was like, you know what? Let's pull it up on my phone and watch the first episode, see how good could it be. We'll kind of test it. Watch the first episode. I was like, damn, that was pretty good. Let's watch the second. We'll give it a chance. Watch the second, and that was literally the moment I was hooked. And I've been binging it nonstop. I finished season 1. I have yet to start season 2, but tomorrow's a day off for me, and you already know.
That's awesome, bro. That's
yeah,
sweet.
episode 2 was one of my favorite episodes of the season.
Oh yeah, that was one of the best.
It was so good.
scenes.
Oh, I mean, and like I want to be an attorney one day. So like just watching him like in the courtroom, and I do a lot of stuff in school that like relates to that, but like just watching him in the courtroom and also, I mean, honestly, that show literally makes me want to go blind just so I can have heightened senses and smell people
That's so
like
funny.
freaking miles away. And the fighting style is so like grounded and realistic. I love it. And I think I've gone a little like, I really want to customize a black suit, like with, his first appearance Daredevil costume, just because I love how like kind of simple it is and like thrown together. And I love like the boxing gloves on him. And I just love like, I feel like, and I haven't watched season 2 yet, but I feel like he feels more brutal, I should say, in like the black suit, just because like he's using only his hands and he doesn't have the billy clubs yet. And he's like just going to town and like all the flips he does and stuff. And he seems a little more menacing like Batman because of, I guess, the all black than the red suit so far. But again, haven't watched season 2.
Sure. You're going to love
Probably
season 3 then, man.
Yeah, one thing I will say.
One
thing I will say is that I watched a video on it, and what's fantastic about the first season is that if you watch him fighting people, you'll actually see as he gets better at certain things. Like, for example, in episode 2, at the very last guy he took out, I believe it was the last guy or the second to last guy, he tried to do like this little flip kick or something, and he hit him, but he fell. And then he got back up, and I think maybe he hit another guy and went into the room to go get the boy. But that kick was very sloppy and stuff like that. But then he does it in like a later episode, like maybe episode 5 or 6, and it looks a little bit better. And then he does it again in season 2, and it's like now he's mastered this move. I thought that was so brilliant. It's like even the action is almost like a story in itself. Like you see as he progresses as a hero and stuff like that. And
I also love like just him being blind. I love how it's like kind of an illusion. Like I love the moment when I think it's Claire Wright is the woman nurse, and I love when she's like in the first season, he's like he calls her and like Foggy leaves and like goes in the car and like drives away, and then she calls him and he like answers the phone. He's like, hello. And then he can hear her screaming, and he literally just bolts down the street, throws his blind cane, and just like starts doing parkour and like climbing up the building. I'm like, oh my God, that's so sick. How he's like, he doesn't even need the stick. He literally just went after it. And it was, anyway,
Did you call it a blind cane?
I might have said stick, white stick. What?
You might have said a blind stick.
Point being, it was cool.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, honestly, I don't think you need to talk about it in screen time. You can just talk about it here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, well, King, like at first, there's a lot of moments where I was kind of rooting for Kingpin a little bit in terms of his like romance. I kind of felt bad for him, but like the minute he killed Ben or whoever the reporter was, I was literally like, you can
bro.
I hope you die.
Have you seen the car door scene?
Oh, when he smashed his head
Yeah.
off. Oh yeah. Ugh.
The
Yeah,
freaking
bro.
greatest thing ever. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the things that makes Kingpin so sick is that like in season 3 especially, like I'm almost like, come on, just let him be happy. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you
Yeah.
feel bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I felt bad for him and Vanessa, like when I was like that whole love thing that's going on. And like when she was poisoned, I was like, oh no, they did it, didn't they? Oh crap. But now like when he was like escaping the cops and like having everyone killed, I was like, I just stop now. I'm gonna
Right.
kill you.
For
Like,
sure.
Yeah, well, one thing I really liked was his reasoning for doing things, and it all was centered around Vanessa. The smashing of the head in the car door. All the dude did was interrupt his date,
yep.
and he got his head smashed in. What was his name? Leland, the old guy, Leland.
The dude that did the
Owlsley or whatever.
Yeah.
Elevator shaft or whatever.
Yeah, when he said you hurt Vanessa, or you tried to kill Vanessa anyway, and he pushed him down the little shaft or whatever. I was like, bro, what's intriguing to me, and I noticed this while watching season 3, was that I feel like the way Kingpin and Vanessa's relationship is playing out, it seems like this is what it would have looked like if they had incorporated death in Infinity War and they had Thanos.
Wow, that's interesting. I've never heard that comparison. That's really interesting.
You know, looking at because he's bald and now Thanos is, doesn't have his headpiece on, so he's bald in my head. I'm like, this kind of looks like a good version of Thanos in Death almost to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And that kind of intrigued me a little bit while I was watching it.
Like the aspect of like doing everything you can to like please her, but then she's still not pleased, like no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So then you kill more people. Like that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool thing to kind of look at. Like, even though we really didn't, I mean, we could still get Death in Avengers 4. I highly doubt it. But even though we didn't get her, we got like pretty much that almost, just Kingpin and in a way,
That's the other person who died. Sorry, I was trying to think of the other person who died in that season. It was the old lady, Mexican lady, who was like,
don't forget about Wesley.
Oh, Wesley too. Wesley's death was like, whoa.
I loved Wesley.
I did too. He was such a sassy, like very bourgeoisie, like looking, just suited tie, strolling around. He's got the glasses. Right, and at first, I thought they were gonna roll with like the story of him actually poisoning Vanessa, and I was like, that'd be such a weird.
That would have been so dope.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh my god, dude, it was Wesley the whole time. But I predicted it was the old guy. Like I could tell the reason, like the way he was like, I need to get checked out. I might have had my poison drink. I'm like, shut up, dude. Stop.
But I really liked Wesley because he was the first one we were kind of introduced to before Kingpin in a way. So I think I kind of latched onto him quickly. Also, he just had a presence to him that, Kingpin, he has I kind of root for him a little bit. He's he kind of fights and acts like a man baby sometimes. He got kind of a more menacing thing to me in season 3. But Wesley, I was just kind of like, ooh, this dude is kind of creepy. He's kind of sinister. He might even be more sinister than Kingpin in a way. And by the way, one thing I will say as we kind of roll on, I loved Wesley's role in the car door scene because his demeanor to me told me that he has seen that before. Kingpin has done that a couple times before because he was like, he's doing this again.
Yeah, his like face was just like, all right, I'm gonna walk out the car.
That's hilarious.
Tell him to clean up because this is. Dude, Vladimir's whole story too, with like the Russian and like that going on. And when Foggy found out about like Matt, I was like, oh my god. And like for at least like 2 or 3 episodes, they hadn't recovered. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I really also liked seeing the scene of Matt first going out as Daredevil when he beat up the father. Whatever.
Yeah, when he like told the story of like oh god, dude, it's so good.
And that outfit that he had when he was fighting that father or whatever and near the railroad, he actually had the black around his eyes instead of like the full thing. That was actually a reference to something that happened in one of the Frank Miller runs.
Where the Man Without Fear run?
Yeah. In the Man Without Fear run, somehow he had the mask like the beginning of the season where it's just covering, the top half of his head. But somehow it got like messed up to the point that it was just that strip around his eyes. And I thought that was interesting. Like they showed both of those kind of outfits, so to speak, in that season. I really liked the first season, man. It was great.
Oh, I love the first season. Question though, real fast, because I don't know if I should or shouldn't watch some of the others, but like, have you guys seen Defenders? Because I know Daredevil's in that. Like, where does that like fall time wise in like the midst of the show?
So Defenders is after season 2 and after season 1 of Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist.
Okay, so it's after Daredevil season 2. Good to know. Yeah. Because I know, because I've watched the hallway fight scene before. I watched it like way back before I'd even seen Daredevil, and that was pretty sick. So I remember watching that, and then am I right to assume? I believe I remember like reading this or something that Punisher will be making an appearance in season 2.
Yeah, bro. He was for the first half of
He's
season.
the best part of season 2.
He was the best part of season 2. Gosh, like they should have stuck with him, bro.
I think I like
Punisher's like show take place after season 1 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Season 2. After season 2, its Punisher show is really good.
Yeah, the ones that I say that are worth
Jessica, Daredevil, Punisher, right?
Yeah, those
Skip
are
Jessica Jones season 2. Just watch season 1 and then
just watch season 1. Kilgrave to me before season 3 of Daredevil, Kilgrave was my favorite of the Netflix villains because you know me, I like the crazy character.
That's gonna get me
crazy, bro. He was like something about his power set to me is very intriguing. So seeing it in the show and how he was using it, and something about the David Tennant, the guy that was playing him, his performance, I was like, bro, this guy is evil. I think what made me like him as a villain more than Kingpin was the fact that I was rooting for Kingpin at some points, So
yeah.
Anyway.
Sure. Like, I think probably the turning point for me for Kingpin was probably when he killed Ben. Yeah. I think maybe, or I'm trying to think like what was really the point that was like, oh, because I thought Ben was gonna live because in that whole confrontation, which is like a great scene, like really good acting and like suspension, but like the way Ben like put it off, like I've been threatened before, and like the way Kingpin starts it out with like very calm, like telling a story and like saying you can like put that in the interview if you want, but like I'm here to just kind of tell you the truth, and then literally his tone flips when he's like, it's my mother though, and then he literally, and like when he started grabbing Ben, I like kind of assumed maybe Daredevil would come in, cop, something would happen, but literally like, and then when Ben died, I was like, no way.
I was actually
what? I thought like, and I was so confused.
I was really sad by that because that was around the time that season 1 of Daredevil came out. That's when we found out that Marvel was trying to get Spider-Man in the MCU. So I was like, I would love to see this Ben Urich, whatever way you want to say it, with Spider-Man. And then they killed him, and I was like, dang,
Dreams equal crushed.
Right, yeah. I really liked that guy's performance. I don't know the name of the actor, but I really liked his performance. Something about him. I liked his dynamic with Karen. I liked his role in season 1.
Dude, Karen, when she first shot Wesley the first time, I was like, oh, it's just like an injury wound. Maybe she's just doing that, and then she'll just drop the gun and run away. And then she fires like 16 shots in his chest. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my word. What just happened?
Yeah, but that first season was great. You're gonna love the Punisher stuff in the second season, bro.
I just can't wait to get into it.
I think each season has the best thing of certain stuff. Like I think season 1 just had the best overall stuff. Season 2 had the best dialogue to me out of all the seasons because of the Punisher stuff. It is written so well and so passionately. And season 3, I think season 3 had the best direction, in my opinion.
And also I think what you guys were saying too will probably apply, where season 1 is the best overall, again, of everything. It's like a great season. Season 2 is probably more like superhero in the Daredevil suit, like that type of stuff. And then season 3 is more based on the personal life storytelling in that sense.
But it's all really good. Like I know we Finn and I kind of crap on the second season just because of the Elektra stuff. But keep in mind,
is the Elektra bad?
I mean, it's okay. It's just
kind of bland, and the whole all the hand stuff is kind of disappointing.
To be honest, if the Elektra stuff was in Arrow, like let's just make up a random scenario, that would have been the best season of Arrow of all time if that stuff was on there. If that was in
For any other show, it would have been great, but like for Daredevil, because it was already so good, is what you're saying. Like it felt more bland.
I say for any other show, it would be good. I don't think it would have been amazing. I think it would be like, oh, this is good. This is good TV. But Daredevil season 1 is like so good.
It's so good that
it's
it like
such a
raised the
letdown.
bar too high for the Elektra.
Yeah,
And then
I feel
season
you.
3 like reaches the bar and almost passes it for season 1.
God, dude, I know Bullseye because what you guys were saying comes into season 3, and I literally like every time I go on YouTube, I find clips of season 3. I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Oh, it's so tempting, bro.
And I'm so tempted because it's like Matt fights Bullseye in the church. Matt fights Bullseye here. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Oh.
Yeah, here's a better comparison for season 1 and season 2. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh.
That's what it was like to me. It was like
It's
season
a pretty
1.
good equivalent.
Season 1 was The Dark Knight, and season 2 was The Dark Knight Rises.
Huh.
You know,
For sure.
Well, I'm a big fan of The Dark Knight Rises, but like I like The Dark Knight more, so I definitely see where
it was like
That's
we
coming
had
from.
Joker, and then we got Talia al Ghul and Bane in kind of like a weird twist. You know, it was
for sure.
Yeah.
it was that type of difference in the quality.
Definitely.
Still very good.
But yeah. Aiden, I'm glad you're enjoying Daredevil season 1.
Oh,
Any other
man.
thoughts? We've been in here for an hour.
And
When do you, first of all, when do you have to go, Finn? Just time wise.
I'm good for whenever. I've
Okay,
rearranged
cool.
my schedule, so I'm good. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if people want to. Like, we aren't even in mind yet, and it's been an hour.
Oh no, yeah, yeah. Let's get into yours,
Which
dude.
I'm
I think
totally
that's it
fine
for
with.
my.
What'd you
pickups.
rate, what'd you rate season
I was
1?
about to say, what am I gonna rate season 1? Definitely 5 out of 5, man. That thing, like, if a show can get me that addicted, it's easily my number. Like, it's definitely for sure 5 out of 5. Because, I mean, for me, there's only one other show like that I got really addicted to for a while, and again, that was like my favorite show. And so, if a show can like really make me want to know what happens next and like binge it, I'll definitely give it a 5 out of 5.
For sure.
For sure.
That's sweet.
All right, Finn, let's hear it.
Okay, so my pickups are only. Wait, what were you saying, Alex?
Hold on. I just have to say, I'm amazed that we have spent an hour and we haven't gotten to Finn's pickups yet.
Maybe it's because of the hour-long discussion on music.
Oh, dang!
My pickups were long too, and then we talked about Daredevil. So
No, it was just Alex. Let's be real.
Wow. Wow.
We got Mr. Storyteller over here. And some
Hashtag,
book.
hashtag Finn's a hater in the comments, boys.
Shut up! You know I'm not a hater.
we have actually
That's
2
funny.
viewers right now, boys.
Wow.
What's up, listeners?
Hi all. Okay.
Y'all already know I got the best voice.
You already know who it is. Okay. Okay. Let's get into my. let's get into my pickups, Alex.
796 Studios, boys.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Oh, nice. Hey, it's good to see you guys. 796. I love the Dios. They're amazing.
Oh, I love the figure stands. Thanks for hooking me up. Holy cow!
Sweet.
And I still haven't used them in a shot.
I need to get some trees for real.
That's what I need to do too. Lawless
Dude,
and
wait, okay.
796 do such good trees, and they're so nice
Speaking
because
of-
they
yeah.
just put them on the ground. Oh,
Speaking of trees, have you guys, before we get to my pickups, have you guys seen the ones that are at Target?
what?
They're in,
What?
they were in plastic and paint, the group, and they were posting about them. They're going on clearance. They're for like Halloween, and they're like not like full size, but they look like full size trees, and they're like black, and they're like in little pots, and they were going on clearance for like 50 cents or
If
something.
only someone could need the plastic and paint.
Oh, we'll get you in there, bro. Don't worry about
No, but oh man, dude, I need to go to Target.
it.
Trees are
we'll go
like
to
the
my
bane
pickups.
of my existence. But yeah, let's go into your pickups.
It's not that special. But yeah, I just thought I would let people know. Yeah, so let's do that. I got one thing this week. I have a lot of binges and stuff, but I have one pickup this week. A good friend of mine, I was talking to him, and he's one of my good friends from work and stuff. And we were talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 just came out.
Yep.
And I really want to get it, but I revealed the tragedy that I have never played the first one.
Ooh,
And
I haven't
so
either, to be honest.
I've heard it's amazing. And so he was telling me about it. And I go to that store, The Exchange, that I talk about every week. And I was like, yeah, it's like $15 there, but I don't have the money right now because I'm paying for college bills. And so he Venmoed me $15 out of nowhere. And he's like, go treat yourself, man. Thanks for being a good friend. I'm like, you know what? Thank you. I will go treat myself and buy this game. He's like, I care so much about this game that I cannot believe you haven't played it.
15 or 50?
15 to play the original one. On
Oh,
360.
okay. I was gonna say I don't know if that's gonna get you the new one, buddy.
No, yeah, no, for sure. But so I wanted to play the first one.
Yeah.
I got it. It's very fun. The graphics are super ugly, and it's hard for me to get in. I'm trying to run through this. It's hard for me to get into. Like I've put in 3 hours. I'm not even like into the main story yet. And that's where I'm kind of like falling off because it's like I'm so busy that I need to get engaged, and it's like not engaging yet, but I know it gets engaging later. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
understandable for sure.
And so right now I'm giving it a 3 just because it's like the open world is fun, the gameplay is fun, but there's like no story whatsoever yet. And so at the moment I'm giving it a 3, but I'll be updating that every week with how I'm doing with it.
You know
Which-
what I do when stuff like that happens? I make my own story.
Oh, we know. Trust me. We listened to it for an hour.
Hey, don't be hating.
Gross.
Hashtag
Gross.
who's a hater.
Okay,
Oh my
but before
word.
anybody hashtags that, I am a positive boy, and I like most things, so I am not a hater.
Hashtag Finn is a salty hater.
Maybe. I am salty. Okay. So that was my pickups. I mean, it was pretty small, but I just shot one of my good friend's senior photos yesterday. And so now I actually have some money that as soon as this like check deposits or whatever, I'll be able to pick up some stuff tomorrow. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, binges. I have some good things to talk about. Before we get into music, I'll talk about
Oh,
you-
golly. I might as well
hey,
mute
I'm
you
gonna
right
run
now.
it's pop, so I'll run through that and Alex won't say anything. Have you guys ever seen Spirited Away, the Studio Ghibli film?
I saw it when I was like 3. I barely remember it. I feel like I was like 5 when I saw that. I don't remember.
And you haven't, Aiden?
Nope.
It's a classic. Alex, watch it again. It's
I
one
will.
of the greatest. It's like a top 20 movie of all time. Like it's one of my favorite films. It's probably my second favorite Studio Ghibli film behind Princess Mononoke. And all year I've been going with some friends. We've gone to see the Ghibli films every month at the theater. So they'll like show a different one that they've, you know what I mean? Like every month. This month, this end of October was Spirited Away. And it's a 5 out of 5 FPS. It's incredible. One of the greatest movies ever. It's the highest grossing movie in Japan ever.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. At least that's what an ad said. So that's freaking crazy. But yeah,
That's what the ad says.
It
Totally
did.
reliable. Totally
Yeah.
reliable.
it's so good. And it was one of my favorite movies. And getting to see it on the big screen for the first time was insane. Like it was awesome. I loved it. Yeah, and what else did I do? I've been rewatching a lot of my favorite movies, and since it was Halloween time, I can't watch many scary movies, but I have a few that I like, but there's one scary movie that I love.
Ew.
Do you have a guess of what it
You
is?
got so close to the camera, my
Hey,
ear.
guess my favorite scary movie, Alex. Go. You get one guess.
Okay, wait. Let me think. I'm gonna say Scream.
Bro, what the frick? How did you know?
Because you talking about
We
Ghostface.
talked about it literally 2 episodes ago.
Okay, well, frick you guys. I forgot. Okay, was that on the last episode?
I don't remember. I just know that you keep talking about I want a Ghostface.
Well, I
Ghostface.
want a Ghostface. I want a Ghostface. So basically, I've just been like, I was like, well, it's Halloween time, and 2 of my best friends had never seen Scream.
Bro, I haven't seen it either, to be honest. I've only seen a few scenes.
What? Have you not seen Star Wars too? What the
Bro,
frick?
It's just, I told you how I feel about horror movies. I know that one would be one that I would like. Because
I can't handle anything, bro.
Are you talking about Scream, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scream, the first one.
Oh, I can handle all horror movies, but the first Scream, just that final reveal. Oh,
Don't
oh.
say anything.
I didn't say anything.
Bruh, that is one of the greatest reveals ever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Let's face it, your mother was no Sharon Stone. Anyways, it's one of my favorites, and my friends had never seen it.
Yeah. Oh,
And so I was like, let's watch it. And they watched it, they loved it. Just that opening scene, like
yeah.
that opening scene is one of the greatest scenes I've
The
ever
way-
seen. Like,
oh,
it's incredible. Not spoil anything for Alex, because Alex, you need to watch that movie like with
can't
like,
believe
no
you've not
spoilers.
seen it.
And I hate horror movies. I can't watch anything. But that one is like the perfect blend of like suspense and comedy and also like being scary that I just love it. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness,
I
5 out of
actually
3
read
5.
somewhere that I think it was Wes Craven that did that, right? Yeah, I think it was.
Yep,
I think he
it
was
was.
saying that he was getting a much harder rating on it than he wanted. But then he told the gosh, I forget what they're called. Basically the people that rate movies. He told them look at it as a comedy, and then it got like an R rating, and I thought that was hilarious. that he just told them like, no, don't think of it as a horror movie. Look at it as a comedy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Everyone watched Scream. Like it is one. Oh, it's so good.
It is.
So
it really is. It's a great It's a great film that like learned how to be meta and like,
it's so
make
influential.
jokes about itself.
It really brought around the whole meta craze of the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and that stuff would never be around without Scream.
For sure.
So good. So good.
Anyway, yeah.
So I got 3 more things. 2 of them are music. I'm going to get into the 2 music things before I get into my final binge thing, because that's like the biggest one.
All right, I'm going to go take a nap, I guess.
I got shut up. I got 2 pop EPs. The first one is by Hotel Apache. It's this pop like trio or whatever that they like indie, like some alternative rock stuff. I love them. It's been like my music of the summer. Basically, it's like the most stuff I've been listening to this summer. Like it's so good. It's super vibey. It's super airy and like synthy and very light and fun. The EP is called Alex. What'd you say?
I said I can get with some synths.
Yeah, it sounds like 80s stuff, but like modern. It's so good.
I'm intrigued.
It's called I'll Explain Later, and the EP is really good. It's a picture. It's like a white background with like colorful, like 2 different girls in the front, but it's really good. Yeah, I'd give it a 4.5. I won't give it a perfect 5 just because I don't think it's a perfect EP, but I think it's like it is so good. It's one of my favorite things I've heard this year. I think it came out like last year. But yeah, it's incredible. There's their most recent single called Dial Tone. If you want to listen to their music, just listen to that song. That'll give you the feel for all their music. So if you don't like Dial Tone, you won't like their music pretty much. It's super good though. I loved it a lot. And then the other EP I had is by Cool Company, and it's called The Dose. And it's this like black guy and this white dude, and it's like part hip hop, part pop, part like psychedelic, weird like pop indie like music. It's so weird. Oh, it's so weird, but it's really good. They have this song called Busted Open, which is very like chill, vibey, trap sounding like pop singing with a little bit of rap in there, and it's really good. That was the single that I heard before it, but I really liked it a lot. I'd give it a 4. I think Busted Open's the best song, so I was kind of a little bit let down that No Tracks really exceeded that, and I think that some of their other earlier songs are better. But I really like this EP a lot. I thought it was good. I definitely listened to Dial Tone, and I'll Explain Later by Hotel Apache, though, for sure. Like, it's very like 1975 America version. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's really good, though. I mean, please check them both out. So, yeah, 4.5 for Hotel Apache, and I'd give Cool Company a 4. And then, excuse me, last thing I got. It is the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. Have any of you guys watched the show yet?
No, I haven't. My grandfather watched it, and I was kind of looking at him sideways because that dude couldn't even watch Stranger Things because he was like afraid of it. So I just
what? This show is like demonic. How did your grandpa watch this show?
No, that's what's hilarious to me. I don't really have any interest because I have no attachment to the character or anything. So.
Aiden, have you seen this yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, have you guys watched Riverdale, the show?
Nah.
I've seen a lot of clips of it, and but I haven't like actually watched it fully.
I saw one clip and the acting was so bad that I don't think I'm ever gonna watch
Riverdale or this one.
Riverdale.
It's like corny, but like I actually love Riverdale. I'll talk about that next week. But like I think that the show is writing, acting period. Like first season's actually just a really good show. Second season's kind of meh, but like the acting's kind of, it's so out there that it's kind of funny, and you can just like watch it from like, oh, this is just like a corny teen drama. And then season 3 is so crazy, but it's actually getting really good. But yeah, so this is set in the same universe as Riverdale. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and it's based off of the comics from 2013, I think, of the same name. And that's what got me excited, is because I read those books. And I really liked them. Alex, I would recommend, and Aiden too. I mean, both of you read those books, because if you're more comics inclined and like want something more serious in that regard, like it's a dark book, but it's really good, and I really enjoyed it a lot. And the thing I like about the show is that it's really faithful to the books in a lot of ways. Like you have all the main characters, and all of them are portrayed really well. Like one of the main characters she played Éowyn in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
She's good. Kiernan, what'd you say?
I said that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, she's awesome. Like the actors are. I think this show is a 5 out of freaking 5 FPS. It is one of my favorite shows I've seen all year. Probably up there with Daredevil is my favorite. And it's so good. I think the acting is really good. The writing is good. The vibe is super eerie, and it fits the show really well. It's not like trapped in the teen drama CW feel of Riverdale. Like this is like Stranger Things. What do you say?
I said, I mean, it is on Netflix. So.
Yeah, for real. And like, it's like Stranger Things meets demons, and it's really crazy. It's about this girl who like is half witch, half mortal, and on her 16th birthday, she has to sign her name away to the devil, basically, to become like a full witch. And it's about her struggles with that, and as she like her like friends and like the witches in the town and that kind of stuff. And it basically takes place in a town called Greendale, where it's similar. Where the same time as the Salem witch trials were going on, they hung 13 witches in like the early 1900s or whatever in Greendale, and it's super creepy. I don't know about you guys with faith. We don't have to get into any religion or anything like that. I have Christian faith, and so it was very interesting looking at a show that has a lot of demons and like satanic stuff from that lens, and it was very interesting. And I was kind of concerned because I'm like, I don't know if I want to. This is just me. I don't know if I want to be really getting invested in a show that is a lot of like satanic stuff. Just my personal taste. Yeah. But it's not like she's like, I just love Satan, blah, 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 blah. Which, I mean, if that's your thing, cool. Mm-hmm. Not for me. But she's more like struggling with both sides, like the light and the dark. And I think it's actually really interesting. And Kiernan Shipka, she was in Mad Men. She's the main actress who plays Sabrina. She is really good. Like she really is a really good actor. And all the side characters are super, super, super well done. One of my big complaints at the beginning of the show is just like, it felt like the side characters weren't people, like, you know what I mean? Like the very beginning, yeah. But they quickly fixed that, and they really became awesome. Like all the side characters, all the main side characters get their own like plot lines and get their own backstory and stuff, and it's really sweet. But yeah, it has a lot of like weird stuff. Like you see Satan, he has like a goat's head and all this stuff, or you'll see like they have like a bunch of homages, like so they have like or homages or whatever. They have an Exorcist episode where someone gets possessed in the town by a demon, and it's like a lot of homages, whatever, however you pronounce it, to The Exorcist. So you have this guy with this like dirty shirt, and he's tied to the bedpost with like the same like bedding stuff that like they were used in the original Exorcist looking stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just crazy, and it's freaky. Like he has worms coming out of his face, or they have like a demon that haunts you in your nightmares and will like kill you after they like get the information that they want, and it's like a chase like throughout your mind. It's freaky, but it's not like so scary that I couldn't watch it. It was just really creepy, interesting television. I'd recommend this to anyone who's looking just for 10 episodes. I mean, Ross Lynch was like the main male protagonist. He was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Really like Ross Lynch.
Yeah, he's awesome. He was in that Austin and Ally show on Disney that I'm ashamed to have watched when I was like 12.
Yeah, I did too.
But like he was Jeffrey Dahmer in My Friend Dahmer. The movie came out like 2 years ago, and he is awesome. He was incredible in that movie. But yeah, he's really good. Any thoughts on this, guys? Any like you guys want to watch it? Not watch it?
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna watch it just because I have no attachment to the character or anything. I mean, maybe I might see something, but
for sure,
I don't know.
Read the comics, man. Read the comics. Yeah, for real. Like the comics are even better.
I think it's funny that you brought up the religion thing because my parents are both pastors, so I thought that was hilarious.
Hey, my dad is one too. That's hilarious. Funny. But yeah, Aiden, you have any thoughts on Sabrina? You have any connection to that kind of stuff at all?
Not really, and I may check it out, but like I barely have time for Daredevil, and the main reason I got into Daredevil is because I love those grounded Marvel villains. Characters. And so I might check it out, but like time-wise, I don't know if I have time to start another show. But yeah, I definitely sounds.
If you have free time and want to fill that Stranger Things hole, I think this is I like it a lot. I don't know if I like it as much as Stranger Things season 1, but it's up there. Like I like it a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you want to watch something like that, I'd recommend it. That's all I got for my binges. I have some like news and like some stuff like that happened. We'll get into screen time in a second, but
okay, cool.
Before we get into anything else, did you write down anything about Black Friday? Anyone?
No. Is anything going on? What are the deals?
So there's some ads that got released. We can talk about that in toy news, but do you guys want to get into screen time first?
We We normally go into toy news first.
Do we
guys.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Hold on, guys. Do you guys want to get into toy news?
Yes. But
Yeah.
one last thing,
Okay.
just I forgot that I picked up one other thing, which I've seen Alex have, and I don't know why I've never asked, and a lot of other toy photographers, but the gradient poster boards, I never found
Yes.
out, like I never knew where to find them. And when I was at Michael's picking up that stuff, I was at Michael's during the week looking for some stuff for a project for school, and I saw them and like they came in this odd packaging. I was like, no way, did I actually finally find them? And so I picked those up. And then they also had this like Galaxy one. So I picked that up and I'll experiment with some Fantastic Four shots probably with that. But those I think are the last things I just wanted to throw out.
They're
there.
awesome, dude. Me and Alex
Yeah.
both use them. Alex helped me find them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
freaking awesome, bro.
Because like I always go to the dollar store and I find like the regular colors and Hobby Lobby. I have a Hobby Lobby and I never found the gradient ones. And I was like, man, they must be finding them in some weird place. And I didn't even know they were at Michael's the whole time.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
sick.
I kept looking for them at like CVS's and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, where are they?
That's
They were at
yeah.
Michael's the whole time. They're
Yeah.
great. I love seeing
Yeah.
the way different people light them up, like Boog or
Yeah.
Finn or even Michael Westman. He does like soft
yeah.
lighting on them, and it looks fantastic. I love those.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys want to get into our toy news?
Yeah, I got some
Okay.
screen sharing again. Shout out to the Fwoosh. What a man. He always got this toy news ready for me to use, but everyone, like if you just want like a fast way to check out what's going on, hit him up for sure, or
And-
hit up this website.
One thing I will say is that last episode you did say that he was the best in toy news, and I have to say, don't sleep on my boy Rectangular though.
No, I was gonna say
Oh,
Rectangular
yeah,
is
for
very good too. I meant in general, like for me, that's who I normally go to.
Yeah, yeah.
Big thing.
Site,
Uh,
this thing is sick.
Yeah, Hasbro, the new Beast coming out.
Bro.
That looks, I mean, it looks amazing so far. I believe they're giving us 2 heads, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely interchangeable hands. I think we got feet articulation and just great all around movement. And I have the first Beast from Toy Biz, except long story short, when we were like, I don't know, I actually got it from my cousins who were collectors when they were kids. But my little brother actually pulled off every finger on his left hand.
Oh my
besides
God.
the middle finger. Just besides the
Wow.
middle finger. So
One thing I will say,
yeah.
have we ever seen toe articulation from Hasbro?
I don't think
Yes,
so. Not yet.
2
Oh,
times.
we have?
Bulldozer and Lizard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, build a figure. Yeah, Lizard. I forgot about Lizard.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
He's not-
but
Beast is not a bath, is he? I'm gonna be
Nope,
mad if
no,
he's a
He's
bath.
not. He's single carded.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
I had the picture of the wave, but that wave, I mean, I'm pre-ordering that wave, even if I don't have the funds, man. It has it has Jubilee, it has Beast, Gambit. That was who I was thinking of, Gambit, and I forget who else is in that wave. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Those are like the 3 that I'm like dying to have, especially since that Jubilee was a build-a-figure that literally was probably one of, if not the rarest build-a-figure Hasbro's ever released. One of. But yeah, so that looked
He just
awesome.
looks, dude. That articulation, that like waist ab
Yeah,
oh,
articulation, it's like double jointed almost.
And the
Like,
paint scheme.
oh,
Oh.
my goodness, dude.
The only
It's
thing that scares me about him is that I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for stuff to get loose. Like he has butterfly joints and he has a whole bunch of abdomen articulation and toe articulation. I'm like, I'm kind of scared of that, but also I need it all.
Yeah.
I just think it's like they've been killing it with the big figures lately. And I know we're gonna talk about a certain spider character
Oh.
later that's just the biggest letdown of all time. But like
Yeah.
compared to Thing and this Beast, like they're going nuts.
Another real thing that Finn mentioned a while back, and again relates to Daredevil. Watching Daredevil, I've literally never wanted a Kingpin figure more. Never.
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally was looking on eBay yesterday, looking at the black suit and white suit, and I swear someone on Instagram had both of them up for $25 each. And I swear I should have just bought them because that would have been insane. And I know the Bass coming out, and I'm probably gonna want to get that at least like without getting the wave maybe. But in the meantime, getting both those versions, and they're still pretty cool looking figures, even though the proportions are a little wacky. And so, but yeah, in terms of like watching stuff can also get you in the mood for that too. I know the Marvel Legends 6-inch Gameverse Spider-Man from the PS4 game is stopping in at GameStops currently and shipping and etc. And it looks pretty good. I like the paint schemes. I like how it comes with webs. Finally, we're getting webs with the Spider-Man figure. I don't know how long it's taken for us to get those. But hopefully that becomes a reoccurring trend in the
I
Spider-Man.
think we're getting him with the new Miles figure too. And did we get him with House of M too?
Ooh, I
can't-
didn't get the House of M figure, and I don't remember.
I think we do get
maybe
him with
we
the House of M
did.
figure.
Maybe we did. Either way, I like the trend of now including webs in the packaging.
Yeah,
Here's an oh no,
one thing,
say
I
what you
will
were
say
gonna go,
about
Alex.
one thing I will say about Spider-Man was that I originally didn't want it until I saw D Amazing's photos of him, and I was like, bro, I need that. I need it right now.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love that body.
Bro, his photos are insane with that
Dude,
figure.
They're insane, bro. His lighting, I feel like his lighting's gotten a little bit better since I've been seeing his stuff recently.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So and then Black Series got their Padme dropping, and I mean, again, face printing, they've been killing it so far in that line. Articulation's still a big step they need to make, but face printing wise, they're really getting the likeness of their actors. And I mean, that's zoomed in, so it's a little grainy, but I mean, from far away, those shots look amazing.
One thing I wanted
yeah.
to say real quick that we didn't talk about was the Citizen V and the Union Jack that were right near Beast.
I forgot to.
I'm really excited about the Union Jack, not just because of the body mold, but that head is the perfect burglar head that I've been waiting for.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think for me, that head was probably I've been trying to use at least the Spider-Man Noir head because it's kind of a black head with like the goggles, kind of like a burglar head. But this one definitely will knock it out of the park. No question.
I've seen people have been using either custom heads or articulated icons heads, those black ninjas, but that is going to be perfect.
Is that a revolver in his right hand?
I think so, and I'm excited about that.
Oh, man almighty. I want to do some castings of that because that thing looks so cool.
Yeah.
Moving right along, Black Series again. We got our archive collection figures. We got a Boss coming out and a Boba Fett. Both look pretty good. I guess this is a Han Mud Trooper from the Han Solo movie. Doesn't look too bad. Definitely interested in that. I don't actually, you know what? I'm probably not going to get that. I'm not even going to lie. This figure, no idea. I guess it's Zuckuss. Woohoo.
Yeah, Zuckuss.
Yep. Then not going to get him. Phasma looks pretty cool. I think that's her eye under there. But I'm definitely, again, a lot of these Black Series figures, I will really only get, will most likely get this figure, though. And look at the blaster effect.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
crazy.
probably the one reason I'm going to get it. And, the explosions, too. Yeah. And I love Black Series. I love building, and, just like Boog, because I know Boog doesn't mess with the, most of the time, the regular characters from Star Wars, unless they're Imperial characters, like the generals, the stormtroopers, and sometimes rebel troopers too. And I'm trying to get into that more, except I do want to at least conclude my Black Series official, original trilogy crew. That way I can have them for photos and then slowly build up the Bandai version. But I mean, definitely this figure is going to be a good Imperial figure for sure. And he looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then let's see. I think that was that. Square Enix is bringing the Arts Dragon Quest 3: The Seeds of Salvation hero.
I've never seen this. That's awesome. I love Dragon Quest from what I've played of it. That's sweet. That's some Akira Toriyama designs too. That's awesome.
Definitely some 6 swords and shields and accessories coming with this figure.
Oh, it's dope. I've never had anything from that before, so
that's hard.
Me neither. Yeah. We got the Mezco Freddy. Holy cow! This is gonna replace every Freddy that everyone has. I mean, look at all the heads on it.
It looks suspect to me. I do not like that sweater.
It looks a little too big. I agree, but I like it, man.
And one problem I have is I feel like his nose is too big. He looks like Jerome Kruger to me. He doesn't look like Freddy Krueger. He looks like he's a brother to me. Like his nose.
That's funny. That's really funny.
His nose just seems really big to me.
Dude,
I think it looks fine.
I love that they're doing the horror stuff. That Michael Myers looks insane. But you know what Mezco we need?
Ghostface.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth.
We talked about that a couple episodes ago too.
We'll talk about it again. It would be amazing.
So good. I think the main thing with the Freddy Krueger, at least for me, is the heads. Yeah. I really like the playability with those. And the cloth goods look pretty cool, but yeah, I mean that's just
the yelling head is freaking really nuts.
Cool. Oh yeah. Oh, I know that we got our NECA release. Who's the oh my god, why am I blanking? Is it no, it's not Rick, it's Fabio, right? Fabio's the one, yeah. talking about the NECA Halloween 2018 Laurie Strode figure. I did go see Halloween 2018. What an amazing film. And
I haven't seen it yet. I want to really bad.
It's so good. Oh my God. But I want to get the NECA Michael Myers because the Mezco is so expensive, you know. And the NECA one, I mean, if I can find the actual like NECA Michael Myers, but in the packaging, I mean, he comes with like the pumpkin, the cop head that's like torn apart inside or whatever, like the knife, the hammer, like he comes with all this stuff, and so I'm super excited to have him.
The pumpkin is LED light up too.
Oh man, that's gonna be so.
I have to get that Michael, dude. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
and the Laurie Strode, I mean, that sculpt in like paint looks great.
Yeah, that reminds me of the kind of stuff that they did for the Sarah Connor figure that they released when they were Terminator stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited for Michael Myers because I've been gawking at the Mezco Michael Myers that everyone and their moms have been posting.
Yep.
So it'll be cool to get the one that I can actually afford at some point. So.
Yes.
Dude, that Laurie Strode would be a good civilian figure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Good old civilian. I don't have much context with this Jason figure, but here he is.
That's the NES one.
Okay, cool. And this is, I guess, being released. Looks pretty cool. It looks like, wait, is it being released with theme music? Maybe?
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, it says that. What the heck does that mean?
I'm a little confused by that. I didn't even read that until now. But maybe that's a new, I don't know, they might be packaging in some stuff with that.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Sweet, though. I mean, yeah, they did the same thing. NECA does the NES ones. They did the same thing with the Batman, the 1989 one.
Okay, cool.
It looks pretty sweet. I like it.
And then we got our Nightmare on Elm Street again, Freddy. I don't know what company this is by. Do you guys know what company this is?
I'm looking.
I'm looking. Is it NECA?
Oh, it's
NECA.
It's
it's the NES one too, I think.
Oh, video game. Got it. Figured it out. Understand. Okay. Makes way more sense. I was like, why are these paint schemes off? What's going on? Okay, that makes way more sense.
That's cool.
So yeah, those two figures dropping from NECA. We got the NECA Spyro Dragon.
Bro, he looks like a freaking Play-Doh model. That thing looks like doo-doo.
Oh, that's funny.
Don't let Simon Hill hear you.
Yeah.
Does he really like it?
He's mad that there's no knee articulation, but he really wants it.
I don't really like Spyro very much, so I mean it's not really my cup of tea.
We got the Bandai Spirits Hero Pla. I hope I didn't butcher that. Mobile. Oh God, I feel like I'm butchering this.
What kind of a figure is that? Is that an egg incubator?
The only reason I would consider getting this is for techno pieces. Literally, the back of that figure literally looks like just a canister, maybe in a lab. That's it.
For sure.
Maybe a villain like a shield agent could fight, like something like Hydra would make
custom.
The minute you look at that face, you better have it facing the other way because that is like the most unintimidating face I've ever seen. If you saw that thing charging at you, you'd like give it a hug. It's definitely.
Oh, I was saying you could use that as like a Sonic thing, like if you're doing a Sonic photo.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That in as like yeah.
And then we got the Bandai Figurize Dragon Ball Super Ultra Instinct Goku model kit. Right here. Oh my God, model kits are a pain in the arse.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
those face sculpts are sick.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean that looks great for a model kit. I know the Han Solo I have. I mean it's a pretty good face sculpt, but like it could be dulled down with like a dull coat. Dull coat.
Bro, what are you saying? What the frick? Yeah, Doke Cole.
Dull coat. And then this R2D2. I don't know if it's just one figure, but dang, man, that is fully loaded. Look at all the gadgets.
That's pretty hot, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
And I have the regular R2D2 model kit, I believe. One I got it from my cousin. Shout out to him. But I really want to probably get this new one because of all just the stuff it stores. It's like that's some kind of Black Series stuff, but like on steroids. And I think that was it. Anyone else have anything that popping in their minds?
I got a short list. You
okay,
ready?
that's fine. Do you want me to pull anything up?
Do we have? You can pull up the Target Black Friday ads. I'll get to that last.
Okay,
if you want to do that. But you guys, did we talk about? Okay, yeah, no, we didn't. The Macy's Day Parade. They are putting a Goku Super Saiyan Blue God Super Saiyan in there.
Groups that looks tight.
It looks so.
That's pretty sweet.
So good. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped for that. And then yeah, so there's that. And then for Black Friday stuff,
I'm about to pull it up.
the ad right
I
now.
think I'm getting it.
Target's the first ones to release their ads for it. And I'm really excited because I've had my Switch for the year. It's my favorite console I have, probably. Like PS4 and Switch are probably my top 5 favorite consoles ever. Like they're that good. I love them.
Already on the front page, I'm pretty sure. Is this it? Yep.
There's that bundle. There's I love the Switch. I'd recommend it to anyone. There's that $300 bundle. Just some highlights. Like if you go to the video game page, like you can go to video games and movies. That's probably where we'll stay. It's a couple pages in there. If you see what I'm saying.
Holy crap! 46 pages.
What'd you say?
You get lost.
Yeah, go to like
pages.
Yeah, go to it's like on page like 6 or 7 or something like that.
All right, we'll hop to 4.
Click like the 4. Yeah, click the 4.
6, and then we'll go one by one until we find
awesome
it. Awesome
podcasting right now.
Everyone
Loves hearing about your page numbers. We're like 9 maybe.
I swear if it's on 8.
No.
I'm going with 10.
We're close.
11.
We're really close, man.
There's 46 pages and it's like 47.
No, it's early in there. I remember. I was just looking at it on my phone.
Is there any figures in here? Oh, there we go.
No, there aren't. Okay, here we are. You got Black Ops 4, which not really for me, but I mean $45. You have Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and
I have that
something
game.
I want to get for the Switch for $15. I want to get Wolfenstein 2 as well.
The Lego Marvel game, it's just fun because you can like create your characters and stuff, and just like everything like playing in that game is just fun. It's like, and I have Lego Marvel before that, so I have like the first Lego Marvel Superheroes and then Lego Avengers.
Yeah, I love the first Lego Marvel, man.
Yeah, I do too. One of the big letdowns for me for the new Lego Marvel Superheroes is in the Lego Avengers, because that one's all MCU based, and then these Lego Marvel Superheroes are all comic based. But the MCU based one, you could actually have Iron Man, the character, like the Tony Stark Lego, and then like have him switch into all his armors, and it would like do an animation for it. So like, let's say for like the suitcase armor, he'd actually pull out a suitcase and like put it on and stuff. So like right before, like it had like crime auto generating, like the new one does. But like you could find crime in like a gang and like go to fight him, and then just put on your armor, like whatever armor it is. Have like Mark 42 like fly in all the parts and like.
Is this the second one?
This was the Lego this was Lego Marvel Avengers. There's Lego Marvel Studios or Lego Marvel Superheroes, then Lego Marvel Avengers, and then Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. And I'm guessing there'll be a Lego Marvel Avengers probably 2 after Infinity War 2 drops or something.
For sure. Yeah, but I'm really excited. God of War is $25. I'm for sure picking that up because I haven't got to play it yet. I want to get Far Cry 5 as well. You want to scroll down for a little bit, Aiden?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, you're good. Detroit, I know that's a big game.
See, I watched like 2 different playthroughs of that, and now I can't buy the game because.
Bro, Alex, do you watch Berlizzi?
Sometimes, bro.
Bro, he's my dude. I was featured in 2 of his videos.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I roasted him. Like he did it was back whenever he used to follow me on Twitter, and I roasted him, and he threw my roast up there. You'll still see it if you look back on his videos. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is $35. Fallout Game of the Year.
Odyssey, or no, I don't. I have Origins.
Well, I loved Origins.
I heard Origins was amazing.
A good friend of mine was literally like, he was playing probably for a week straight because he had a break from like college, and he literally said that like it was such a crazy game that like you can like be bit by like a rattlesnake and you're poisoned in the desert, and like you have to have a certain amount of water at a certain time. And I mean, if that's as good as Origins was, I cannot wait to play Odyssey and see how that is.
Yeah,
that's so cool. Yeah, and do you want to go to the next page? The next page has more stuff. I mean, I want to get Wolfenstein 2 a lot. You got Overwatch for $15. What a freaking steal! Wait, did you go too far?
Did I?
I think you did.
Prime time podcasting, guys.
Bro, you love it. You got PS4 and Xbox controllers for $40. I mean, a steal. Oh no, we were already on here. No, you're right. I'm sorry. Well, I suck. There's a PS4. This is a big news, guys. PS4 bundle with Spider-Man. You can go to the next one too. With Spider-Man PS4 for $200.
Alex, we're both looking at you. I hope you know.
What?
Alex, we're both looking at you.
Get freak. Hey, do you want to go to the movies? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I'm being so needy.
I'm just like, where do I go? Hey, that's my camera. That's my camera.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. Okay, so next page.
Yeah, go to the next page. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
I
here
just
we go.
wasn't expecting it.
Here we go. You got a lot of $4 movies. Like you can get Spider-Man Homecoming and freaking Jurassic World for $4. Deadpool, Lego Batman on Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh man,
mean, you get
Hotel
that
Transylvania.
Cringe.
Not a cop.
Bro, I freaking hated
What?
Greatest Showman. Worst. Hey, scroll down a little bit.
Oh,
I hated Greatest Showman. Right? It sucked. That movie's terrible. I'm for sure copying Justice League for $6 because I never bought it, and Blade Runner 2099
Blade Runner was
for
sick.
$6.
I didn't even see that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I really wanted to.
Bro,
But I mean, for
cinematography
$6,
is fantastic in Blade Runner 20.
that's what I've heard,
Hold on though. 50 Shades Freed, automatic cop.
dude. I'm gonna play that in my house. Let's see what happens. I copped Wonder Woman last year, but I mean, Avengers: Infinity War, $10. I mean, how can you not? And then if you go one more page over, I think there's more, and if not, then that's it. But I mean, Solo, $10. Like,
I
beat it,
love
man.
Solo. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I
I liked it. That's
I
what
liked it. It for $9. Oh, scroll up for a second. Tag was good. Ready Player One was good. Rampage was fun. Jumanji was fun. Deadpool 2 was fun. Bro, those are freaking great deals. And then if you scroll down, you'll see that Target's having a really good sale on vinyl.
Yeah.
So you see like a bunch of vinyls around like $15, which is like half price for vinyl pretty much. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy Deluxe vinyl for $15. I mean, Legend by Bob Marley, I love that album. A Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince Guaraldi Trio. I'm dead serious. I cannot. $15. I might have to cop that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put a poll when this episode goes up. Just like, what did you guys think of our Black Friday section?
Alex, are you being a hater? Everyone type Alex is a hater.
That's not gonna work, Finn. You're already the salty hater, bro.
I'm not a salty hater. You're complaining.
I'm gonna have to add so many sections to this video. Black Friday section. Oh.
Hey, but I think it's important to keep people informed.
No, it is.
And I mean, we'll be whenever more things come out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Black Friday.
Are you sure there's no figures in here at all?
I have not seen any.
I was gonna say I highly doubt you went through all 47 pages.
Well, I'm just saying there's probably like here's some Titans figures, but I mean I don't think any of us care about Titans stuff. I've just never seen
lightsabers.
I've never seen Legends in a Black Friday ad. If there are,
I know I've seen Legends in Target magazine, so I could only assume maybe that they might be in here, or at least like Marvel figures here, something like that. But I don't know.
Sure.
Here we go. Here's some Legos.
And for everyone,
whoa! Is that 1/12 scale, boys? This one right here, the left, the kitchen, and like the
think
craft or whatever.
I think that's 12 inches. If that was 1/12, I'd buy that for sure.
Look at that. I mean, you got like the bottom floor with like the kitchen, the top floor with the bedroom. Like that's pretty sweet.
You just have to repaint it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I know a couple of people have done some stuff. Keep it as is?
Yeah, bro. I'm joking.
Me and Aiden, we're both like, keep it as is.
I was like, Alex, you want me to boot you out of the podcast?
But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for toy news. Anybody else have anything else before we get into our next section?
Nah.
I think we covered it.
Sweet. Our next section is Screen Time, led by Alex. Basically, we're probably going to be moving through these sections quick. I mean, especially with the constructive stuff, just because, man, this is
Do we
long.
still have 2 viewers, Aiden?
I don't think so.
I think we have one.
Oh, okay.
One.
Whoever they are, they're loyal.
It's still Brian Carter, I believe. 796.
My man, Brian. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, want to take it away with Screen Time, bro?
Yeah. Okay.
And I have some things to add at the end, by the way. So just do your thing.
So one thing I did notice while listening to episode 2 is that we never did talk about The Punisher season 2. And how I was telling you, Finn, that you'd be very disappointed in the way Jigsaw looks. I'm gonna see if I can send the picture to you, Aiden, through the chat, and I don't know if you can pull it up and present it.
Okay. I surely can.
It's I really hope that they're just gonna CGI him or something later. Like this is just the makeup part of it, of a 2-step.
Oh,
if this sucks, I'm gonna rage, bro.
Actually,
if this sucks, I'm gonna rage.
I'm gonna freak out.
Just like, okay, just replay the scene from
Put it
season 1. I'm not going to spoil it for you, Aiden, but just replay the scene in your head, Finn, and then look at this photo and tell me if this makes sense to you.
They
Do you
should.
see it?
They better have more makeup.
Bro, do you see it?
What is going on?
Finn.
I threw my freaking headphones down. What the heck am I looking at?
Bro, what is that?
It makes no
That's
sense.
disgusting. Is that White Wolf with a tape cassette gun in his hand? Bro, look at them
like, I
nasty
didn't even
scratches.
see
He looks
that,
like
and I
Liam
don't
Neeson
think
from
so.
The Gray.
To look better than that.
Bro,
This
I
is
don't understand.
disgusting. I
From
hate
what
this.
we saw from season 1, he should look like a zombie. You know, the whole point of Punisher jacking up his face was so that way, you know, he took pride. Billy took pride in his face. Billy could still get a woman looking like this. I'm sorry.
Screw
Literally,
Billy, man. Look at his
yeah,
dumb
what?
haircut. Oh my goodness, he wants to be freaking Stephen Amell so bad. I'm so mad right now. Look at his it makes me so. What is he wearing? What is this freaking Fashion Nova leather jacket with the fur on the
He
inside?
needs to act. My word.
I don't know. Maybe he's gonna
Terrible.
really jigsaw
No,
him in the second season. Maybe he's
Maybe,
gonna.
I don't know, but like a couple scratches that literally looks like he went dumpster diving for like candy, and
Yeah, let's
maybe
see
hit
what
his head on the
dumpster
way
diving
out.
in a pit of heroin needles. This is terrible.
Aiden,
Oh.
in season 1 of the Punisher jacks his face up so much that it should not look like this. It should look way worse.
I bet. Oh my
don't you
god,
bring
yeah.
it- Like he should look horrible.
They could really like amp it up with some awesome practical effects. Like they could really make it look creepy, and I don't understand why they're not doing this.
Whenever Matt gets beat up in Daredevil, he looks worse than this the day of.
Right? Yeah.
And he
I-
doesn't even heal sometimes like that much. And I guarantee probably I haven't even not even seen it that Punisher did more damage.
oh yeah, and even Punisher looked more jacked up on his season than.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Sure.
thought I'd bring that up because we forgot to talk about it last time. So there's that. Have
So
fun.
mad, bro. What the
Yeah.
heck?
I'm so disappointed in that. Anyway, so there's not that much stuff for screen time this time around. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But there have been some rumors that we may either be getting the Avengers 4 trailer sometime later this month. We may be getting it sometime later this month or December. And that could be with a Monday night football type thing or Good Morning America. I doubt it would be Jimmy Kimmel again. But there's that. Also, we talked a little bit about Catherine Langford from 13 Reasons Why being on the set of Avengers 4. And people were saying that she kind of could be a good Kate Bishop. Recently, there was a rumor that was spreading that Marvel Studios is working on a Hawkeye series, and it may or may not have him training a new young trainee. So I'm like,
I'd watch that over a Scarlet Witch or Loki series any day.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, I've been wanting a Hawkeye series to be on the Netflix stuff for a while because I really could see it being like the Matt Fraction stuff where he's like living in an apartment with the dog.
Oh, yeah, so good.
People
So
keep
good.
calling him Hawk Guy and stuff. That would have been dope for a Netflix show. But anyway, there's that. That sounds kind of cool. You know, I can definitely see myself watching that on the Disney streaming service,
Yeah.
especially over.
As much as I don't like 13 Reasons Why, I wouldn't mind her as a Kate Bishop. I mean,
Yeah.
she has enough acting chops to pull it off.
Also, we did see some photos months back or a month back. I don't even remember. The months are mushing together for me. But we did see some photos of Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. But he didn't have his helmet on. But recently there was some Dr. Pepper packaging that surfaced of a silhouette of Mysterio from the movie. And he indeed does have the fishbowl on. So now we know that we're definitely...
Wait, is this real?
Yeah, this is
I could
real.
have sworn I saw a picture of him with like a black helmet. Hold on.
But here,
Is
let
this
me...
for real?
You need to pull it up. I got you.
I'm going to send
Find
you
it,
the photo that I have.
Get Jigsaw off my screen, please.
Okay, there-
Oh, it makes me so mad.
Is this the photo you? Oh my. Okay, who's like sending him? Oh, it's just one photo.
Bro, Aiden was about to rage.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I hope that it's like a clear fishbowl. I really hope it's not like a dark black fishbowl.
Yeah, I hope so too. Bro, you just
Oh, dude. What'd you say, Alex?
say like this is prime time right here, bro. Type it in.
Exactly.
Bro, okay, so while we're waiting for this, I've been talking to the guys. we're attempting to figure out the RSS feed, getting it on iTunes and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
we're making moves.
Making
And
moves.
however I can help with that, let me know too. Like
I
I'm
will.
down
I
to do
think
whatever.
I know some people who do some programming, so I'm gonna ask them. I keep neglecting
sure.
to ask them just because I keep forgetting about it, but I will.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like I said, that SoundCloud thing seems pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
We'll definitely try
I
that.
appreciate everyone's patience. I know a lot of people have been messaging me about it, and we are working on it. We are doing our best. We are all in either high school or college, so we're all trying. But we appreciate everyone's nice, positive feedback and critiques and stuff like that.
Have you seen it, by the way, Alex? As I've been scrolling.
No, I haven't. I sent you a picture of the Dr. Pepper bottle, but I didn't remember seeing anything.
Yeah.
From the set. But I sent you the Dr. Pepper bottle, so you can just silhouette. I mean, obviously we don't know what color the fishbowl is going to be, but
it's just so fun showing everyone on my laptop screen.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't wait for everyone to see our messages. That'll be fun. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So you can see.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Unless he has a really big head in the movie for some reason, I'm going to go ahead and say that's the fishbowl. So, yeah, that was one thing from the news. Also, Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan in the prequel trilogy, he was cast as Black Mask in the Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah.
Perfect casting.
To me, I mean, he's a good actor. I'm not saying that I can't see him doing a good job. It's just I was so set on someone like a like a Jason Statham or something, or somebody with like a really like type voice.
Jason Statham's a good one.
Yeah, so I was so stuck on somebody like that, somebody that's like really sounds and looks kind of dirty and tough and grungy, that when they casted him, I was like, all I see is Obi-Wan, you know? So, I mean, that's not to say that he won't do a good job, because I think he's a really good.
Yeah.
But
I completely see that now. Like, I can see, like, it's going to be hard for, I mean, he has great range, Ewan McGregor, but it's going to be very different seeing him portray Black Mask.
Yeah, so I would have liked to have seen somebody who I think just would have fit the role in my mind a little bit better, but you know, we just wait and see his performance. I'm probably not gonna see Birds of Prey in the theaters unless it's like insanely good, because I saw a few people were talking about it in one of the groups where they were like, you know, I don't understand how they're gonna make a all-female movie rated R. You know, like that, like after the campaign that you had with Wonder Woman of, you know, like females as superheroes, and you're doing it for young girls, and you're going to have all these young girls not see
that's true
R-rated comedy movie with all the female superheroes. That just seems super busted to me. I don't know why. That just sounds like you kill your sales, because you want all these little 6-year-old girls that have all these Harley Quinn and Supergirl dolls to go and see your movie. You want them to go see that. You basically gained that audience when you made Wonder Woman, and now you're throwing that audience away with this R-rated, quote unquote, as they've said, almost like bridesmaids comedy. That just seems busted.
Facts. Yeah.
But anyway, who knows how that will go? Maybe it'll be just really good. Maybe it'll win an Oscar. Who knows?
Good one. Superhero movie winning an Oscar.
That's not Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Other than that,
is that it for screen time?
No, that's not it. There's two more things. Frank Grillo, or Grillo, whatever you want to say. I don't know what it's pronounced. I think
we might have talked about this last week, but continue.
Yeah. No, this is actually adding on to that. So last week I said that he was on a podcast, and he was saying that he was saying some stuff about Avengers 4, that Crossbones has a flashback appearance, so does the Ancient One, and I think there was a few other characters that he said after we filmed that episode. But he has just come out and said that it was fake, or it was some sort of joke, and that he's always asked about the Avengers stuff, so he just wanted to play with the guys. I really think that Disney actually did get to him, and they were holding his family hostage and say, you take that back, or something.
Exactly.
He was like really serious.
They literally were like, they pulled some like Kingpin, Dark Limousine, like, hey Frank, I think
that's hilarious.
You made a mistake. And then he's like, oh God. I was like, and that just reminds me of the Mark Ruffalo leak that happened a while ago, for Infinity War 1. He's like, am I gonna get in trouble? And then Don Cheadle's like, maybe. And he's like,
Right.
he's so sassy about it. He's like, I don't care.
Right.
Just
Oh,
shut
that
up.
made me
Let's
so
do the
much more
interview.
cool, that video.
And like everyone's like, oh yeah, you think Mark would do that? And then they have like the meme where it's like it has that, and then everyone's like, oh, Mark wouldn't do that, and then it has like the little music. It's like dun 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 dun, dun. And it's like the circus music, and it has like all the Infinity War characters like dying in a little montage, and
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I really think that it could go either way as far as what happens in the film. What he said being true or not being true. I think that there may be some truth to it because what he said isn't that far-fetched. You know, I think if you're messing with someone, you would say that Thanos loses his leg and starts fighting people with a robot leg or something. I think that's along the lines of something that you would say if you're joking, not, oh, my character makes an appearance in a flashback, you know? Like, that seems a little suspect to me. But the last thing for screen time, I don't know, did you guys have any thoughts about that?
No,
Mm,
I think it's
I'm-
probably going to be accurate, but we'll see how that pans out.
Okay, so before we filmed episode 2, or filmed, what the heck, why am I saying filmed? Before we recorded episode 2, I saw an article that I forgot to talk about for episode 2, and it was a leak/rumor type thing of something that may happen in the next Star Wars film, where Kylo Ren has some sort of dream about Darth Vader, and he sees like Darth Vader in like some sort of chamber or something outside of his armor. And I may have to pull the article back up just to read about it some more, but I thought it was very interesting. It makes me want just one film about Darth Vader in his prime, just cutting down folks. Like I know
Darth
people,
Vader solo film.
I know people say don't want to ruin a good thing by having too much. All I need is one movie. That's all I need of him just chopping down rebels and just outside of his armor in his chain, you know, stuff like that. That would be so sick.
I think it'd also like boost prequel levels because like if we had like him out of his armor, right? And maybe, and I don't know how I'd feel about this, but maybe if they went with Hayden and they really, really put makeup on him and like really made it look like it was like him. And it was like, this is probably between, I'd say like in the time period of like the Rebels TV show, like type of area where it's like between New Hope and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
But in terms of like that and like maybe have like him like thinking about Padme and then like getting super angry because like that happens a lot of the times in the comics where like he's like meditating in his chamber. Like that's how he can like breathe without his mask and like he thinks about like Padme and stuff. And like I think there's one scene in the comics where he actually goes back to Padme's grave after like killing everyone on like I think she's buried on Naboo, but killing like everyone there and then like leaves after like visiting her grave. So like just like stuff like that could also like kind of boost the level of the prequels, but also like amplifies his like dark hatred and like just seeing that like it'd be so good.
I have the description really quick. I'm just going to read it real quick.
All right, cool.
It basically says that Kylo Ren, he's like walking down a hallway and he hears someone screaming, and he walks into another room and he sees kind of Darth Vader / Anakin with his suit off, and he's pinned to a wall, and they're putting new legs and arms on him, and it's basically like replacing his limbs. And he kind of gets closer to Darth Vader, and he looks at all the burns and stuff on him, and it's kind of like supposed to be eerie or something. And then all of a sudden, a machine puts the mask on Darth Vader, and Kylo Ren walks out of the room, and he wakes up from the nightmare, and he wakes up almost like Anakin did in Revenge of the
like
Sith.
all sweaty and yeah. And hopefully shoot off
description. That could be just totally fake or something, but that sounds pretty
true.
dope to me.
I hope we get more Kylo in his helmet.
Yes.
Episode
So much more intimidating.
Yeah, for real. He looks so much cooler and better, I think.
Yeah, for sure. More badass.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for screen time.
I got a few things.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Finn.
I got a few quick things. I didn't know where to put this since it's like video game related, but it's like video game news. So since it's on the screen, I thought I'd put it in here. The Smash Ultimate Direct happened, the last one before the game releases. Are any of you guys excited about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Very, very.
You're very excited?
Definitely. I can't wait.
How about you, Aiden?
I've played Super Smash Bros. And I really like it. Just for me, I don't really have a Wii U. I have an old Wii, so
Switch?
there's not much I can do about it. Not a Switch either.
Yeah, I
But
feel you. Cool.
still
For
looks
sure, I
cool.
feel you. Yeah, the Switch, like this is a system seller for me. Like
Yeah,
Smash Bros is one of my most nostalgic things. I would connect with my brother and my
definitely.
brothers and family over and stuff. Like huge part of my life, so I'm very excited about it. They revealed the final characters that are going to be in it. We got Ken from Street Fighter.
Which is just an
We
okay
got
reveal to me. It's just like,
I think he's all right. It
mhm.
looks all right, but I'm excited about Street Fighter stuff. We got Incineroar from Pokemon Sun and Moon, which I'm very excited about because he's like the luchador cat Pokemon, basically. Like
Yeah.
he's like the professional wrestler, and he'll like do taunts and that you can like obviously dodge out of really easily. And I'm really excited about that. And then the last reveal, the best reveal,
I know what it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure
Piranha Plant.
that's not what I thought it was.
I didn't think so. Nobody thought it would be this, bro. They revealed that the Piranha Plant in a pot is the last fighter
That's very
that
interesting.
they're gonna do before DLC, and it looks awesome, and I'm so excited. All the fighters look amazing. They announced that they're gonna be doing like at least 5 DLC stuff, so you can buy a season pass for like $25 or whatever. They're gonna be like $5 a character plus a theme plus a stage, which is actually I think a really good deal. I'm going to be getting all DLC, and you can only get the Piranha Plant if you buy the game and register it or whatever with a Nintendo account from like December 7th to like January 31st. So you got to get it quick. Get that Piranha Plant because I pre-ordered it. I'm very excited.
Yeah, one criticism I have with Ken being it is I would have preferred Akuma.
Yeah,
You
or
know what I
like
mean?
freaking what's the green guy? What's his name?
Oh, Blanca or whatever. I forget.
It B's a B. Blanca. Thank you, Blanca.
You said
Yeah, that would have been amazing. Yeah, they announced a new story mode. So Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii had Subspace Emissary, which is freaking groundbreaking and awesome. It's like the Adventures of comic books where you see all the different Nintendo characters come together in a story mode where it had like actual animated cutscenes and stuff. And this new one is called it's the second one they've done so far. They didn't do one on Wii U, but it's called World of Light, and it looks to be like a more fun, lighthearted version. But like the trailer showed like a cutscene of all the characters like there, and they're like actually animated and talking and stuff, and it looks incredible. Oh, I'm so excited.
I haven't seen anything for
I'm
that,
so
so I
excited.
may look it up after this.
Watch the trailer. It's like cinematic. It's freaking awesome. And then the only other things I have are announcements for like movies that are going to be in theaters. November 12th.
Wait. One last thing for video game wise is again,
For sure.
Finn, I'm sure you know this, but in Fortnite, the cube, I believe, exploded. I haven't played in a little bit.
I saw it. I was there. I watched the event.
Yeah, and I think what's it? Oh my god, what was it called?
So like the cube
something
exploded
Nights?
and he got like transported to this like white void and like a butterfly was flying around. It like touched your finger and then like Loot Lake exploded and now it's like Leaky Lake has just become this like almost like dusty divot where it's like water everywhere. But yeah, the Fortnitemares version I think is almost done, hopefully.
Yeah, Fortnitemares, I believe, is actually like zombies are out of the game now. And I also believe, I think I tested this, but I could be wrong, that when you fall, you actually can't deploy your glider anymore. I believe.
I don't think that's the case. I don't know if that's the
Really?
case. 'Cause you can at least you can still do it in Playground. You can for sure still do it in Playground. I don't know.
Interesting, because I believe it was yesterday, maybe the day before, but I was playing and I had the balloons that they had in the game, and I ballooned up like really high up, and I popped them, and I had a grappler in my hand, and I wanted to like grappler onto the building and like launch up because I forgot that you could glide, and I just fell on the ground and died.
Sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it might have been because you used the grappler. It might have had to do with that.
Maybe, yeah, but and my brother said something about it, but I could be wrong. I don't know, but I hope the only reason I hope they did is I feel like honestly that they've been kind of making Fortnite, and it's not a super bad thing, but they've been making it easier for people who one don't build and two for people who are like new / not very good at the game, if that makes sense. Like people who are like trying to build up to people or like building stairways and stuff, now they can't die because they can just deploy their glider. Like when llamas were nerfed, like building mats were nerfed, like that kind of stuff. Again,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
double pumps like that kind of all like the things that they're like nerfing that like really normally good streamers etc use, they're kind of toning down a bit. Especially they've like made a less of a heavy reliance on building with like a lot more, I guess, tools like that are easy to break through building. Like again, the ghost, like the I forget what they were called, but the purple cubes that you could like become ghosts with and go through people's buildings, just stuff like that. I think they've been catering towards that. And I personally, I don't mind it too much, but I really like, when like you really have to work to get good at Fortnite, and like it's kind of a skill that you learn, and it's like it's fun when you're like good and you can show that you can build a really cool base. I have a meme I actually have to
for
send
sure.
you, but anyway,
It's actually, what would be crazy though?
What?
It would be crazy if we actually played with you before. That'd be awesome, Aiden.
I
if you actually got
know.
on.
Okay, hey, I'm good with besides tonight after the podcast, tomorrow I think I'm pretty
Tomorrow,
free.
let's do it.
All right.
I'm down. But last two things I got. Batman Mask of the Phantasm, one of my favorite movies of all time, from the greatest TV show of all time. Batman the Animated Series is going to be in theaters for one day on November 12th. I recommend it's gonna be like $10 a ticket or whatever the normal ticket prices are. I highly recommend
all
it.
Season 1 or all of them or what?
Oh, it's Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, got it.
Boys.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait. Finn, you want to go and look at the Shutterbugs story real quick?
Oh boy.
Go look at the account's story.
I'll check it real fast. I gotta see this.
Okay,
Shutterbugs.
It's loading.
Bro,
Bro, so don't spoil it. Don't say it. Bro, what the frick? No. At least repost my picture with Kevin with the strap. Repost that.
I haven't been able to. It won't let me post it to my story. I need like
because I have to tag.
sweet
I have to
Lord.
screenshot it because I didn't tag you in it.
That's classic.
Yeah, check if you guys aren't checking out the Shutterbugs Instagram. I highly recommend it because we post a bunch of fun stuff on there. It's at Shutterbugs Podcast on Instagram. And if you guys check out me and Alex and Aiden, we'll talk about it later. But I always put up fun stories and stuff like this. For example, this last one I did was a picture with Kevin McAllister with a pistol in his like waistband of his jeans. And I said, Kevin says listens to the Shutterbugs podcast or he'll pull up with the strap. I am hilarious. But so Mask of the Phantasm is going to be there November 12th. And then the last Ghibli film of the year is Castle in the Sky, which is one of the ones I haven't seen. And it's going to be in theaters from November 18th to November 20th. Now, I'm very excited. But do you guys know what the significance of the date November 20th is?
I do not.
I have a feeling it's close to Mickey Mouse's birthday. I'm not going to explain why.
You know whose birthday it is close to, though?
Yours, I'm guessing.
It is my birthday, November 20th. I will be 19 this year. 19. I know. I'm going to be so old.
Ew.
I'm very excited.
Old.
Wait, Alex, how old are you?
95.
16.
You're 16?
16. Yeah, bro.
You're 8. You're 17.
Dude. No, actually, I turned 17 really soon too, but I'm 16 right now.
Oh, you're still 16? Bruh, I'm so old. What the heck?
Hell
yeah.
You
guys going to be 17?
Bro.
When are you guys going to be 17?
January for me.
Oh, wow. January for me too, bro.
Hell yeah.
What day?
3rd.
Oh, okay. Mine's the 27th.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, well, anyways, November 20th is going to be a good day. Feel free to wish me a happy birthday if you want.
Happy birthday.
But basically, that's all I got. Thank you. That's all I got. My computer almost shut down for a second. I was like, ugh. That's why I kept saying the same thing. It was trying to install an update. But yeah, so that's all we got for screen time. And now we're going to get into our last section of the night. We can probably move through this pretty quickly because
I'm so excited. I love this section so much.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. So we're going to be talking about our hashtag Shutterbugs_CC, which is the constructive critique stuff. If you submit a photo to that hashtag, we'll be able to look through it every week. We'll select a photo that we want to critique, give helpful advice, give helpful hints, that kind of stuff, tips, that kind of stuff. It'll be super fun. And then after that, we're going to get into our favorite photos of the week. I'm going to go first.
Oh, you selfish mother. I'm kidding.
I haven't gone first in forever.
I know.
Yeah, Ben's a hater.
Yeah. Okay, Alex, we're not going to forget that you're just trying to deflect the narrative that you just talk about yourself the whole time. So...
Wow.
Mhm,
Coming from the people that
mhm,
said,
yeah.
be good people at the end of every episode.
Bruh, sorry, I try to fill the world with positivity. I'm nothing but positive. You're just like,
Yo,
Finn.
Yo,
I'm
yo,
just
yo,
gonna
you
tear.
know who it is?
That's like
You know who he is.
that's like bootleg "Drink Your Water" by the. It's like the
Don't you dare.
bootleg version.
Bruh.
Good people.
That hits too close to home, bro. That inspired it, bro. D Amazing is a freaking boss. Why would I not say something? Dude, drink your water is a freaking great catchphrase. And why would I not want people to be good people?
Okay.
I don't know what your deal is, Alex the hater.
Hashtag Finn's a hater, bro.
I'm not even getting
Okay, yeah,
roasted here. It feels nice.
And we'll get to you next week, bro. Oh my goodness,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
never
talk
getting on
hater.
PS4. Always has homework. What do you do, bro?
Actually, I
Yeah,
have
I'm
a
done
lot
with
of
you.
other stuff too. Ugh.
You need
Uh-huh.
to go get typing classes, bro, because you.
That's
Oh,
true. That's true. I'm not even
bro,
gonna
we got
deny.
Typo
My
King.
fingers.
We got Typo King over here, Aiden, bro.
Yep.
That's funny. Okay. So constructive critiques. This is by Psycho _ Ninja 47, who I'm actually a huge fan of his account. I've been following him for
Same.
years, and I'm just shocked that he even used our tag. He posted this photo of Justice League. It's called Team Building was the caption, and basically it has all the Justice League from the new movie. And I actually really like this shot. Just some small critiques here and there that I have. Honestly, I think the posing is really good. I think that the framing is good. I think that like the way he has the characters posed and like their positioning in the camera and stuff like that, I think is really awesome. I like that none of them are really cut off that much. Like you see all of Aquaman's trident and stuff like that. My only really critiques would be I would decrease the contrast or clarity if you turned it up, because it just feels like it's very sharp and very like the blacks are very deep and it's very almost like, you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, like the contrast just up a little bit. And then also I'd move him away from the wallpaper or whatever, because he's using the gradients as well, and they look great, but you can see like shadows from
Harsher
the figures and
spots
stuff on
left
the back
side, yeah.
for sure. And if you just move it closer from the wallpaper or whatever, it'll actually look really good. And I think the shot is good. It's just, I think the dial looks cool. Yeah, maybe just decrease the saturation just a tad, just because it feels very like it's very intense.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel you on that.
I feel you as
But
well.
yeah, I mean, Psycho Ninja's awesome. He does insane stuff with not bodybuilders. Oh my goodness, army builders.
Yeah.
No, bro,
So
bodybuilders, bro.
he does insane stuff with bodybuilders. But yeah, I was excited to see his post in here. What are your guys' thoughts on the shot?
For me, or no, Alex, you can go first.
No, you can go ahead, Aiden.
Okay. One like thing that just popped up real fast is that it's really the thing with Mezco, I mean not Mezco's, Mafex figures is their face sculpts tend to be very soft, and I think that this lighting is a little too harsh for this. Like looking at Aquaman's face, a lot of the details are lost because like when the harsh lighting hits like a really soft face, a lot of like the details and just kind of the overall look is kind of ruined. So I think if he had maybe put some like tissue paper over his lighting and really softened it out, it would have helped keep off some of the glare off the softer, like again, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, even kind of Henry Cavill sculpt a little bit. And also, again, if he scooted the diorama away from the poster board, and he mainly focused the lights on the diorama itself, it wouldn't be as harsh in like the top right corner and the bottom left corner of the poster board. Like it just looks a little harsh. And then also, again, maybe if he invested in like one more light to go on the top, then the light that's kind of coming from the right side that's shining on the ground wouldn't look like it's more of just like light from that side and would look a little more even. But again, posing is really well done. I don't see any flaws without it all. I like just the composition of it all and like where each figure's standing in proportion to each other, and like just the group aesthetic of it all looks really good.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that they're all, well, not all of them, but most of them are kind of looking in a different direction than the other. And
yeah,
that's one thing that I'm noticing. It's kind of like, are they supposed to be looking
especially Flash is like looking to the top right if you're like
and Superman's looking off a little bit. But one thing that I would say was that I think this would look I know people have done this before, and that's maybe why he didn't do it. Maybe that's why he didn't think of doing it. But I think it would have been cool as like a silhouette type thing almost. So that way you
Yes.
don't have to worry about
Simon Hill just did a Red Dead shot that, like, I think if this guy had used something like that silhouette, it would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure. Because like you said, the face sculpts are very soft and the lighting is a bit harsh. So you could just combat that by just obviously you'll know who all these people are by their silhouette. I don't think you would have any trouble.
No, yeah, for sure.
Who is that? You know, like so. I think that would have looked much cooler. But other than that, that's pretty much my only criticism with this is the line of sight, and I think it could have just been done a little bit differently. But I still do really like the shot.
For sure. Yeah. Alex, get into yours, bro.
Okay. Mine. I don't know. I think you can pull this up.
I can. Oh no.
Mine was by underscore forever evil underscore. I don't know if I need to say the underscores, but his name's Forever Evil. This guy, he's actually he I know he's a big fan of mine, and I've seen his work, and I actually like a lot of his work actually. So I'm happy to finally critique one of his things. So first off, I don't know if this is the camera flash or the flashlight, but I think the lighting could have been changed. This would have looked dope with a deep black background, like a black poster board or some sort of black felt or something. And kind of instead of lighting him from the front like that, lighting him from the top. And there's even a caption. I think there's a caption. I don't know can you scroll down to the caption, Aiden? So we can see that. I don't know if you he says, "Don't be scared, darling, come to daddy."
Oh god, that gives me chills just hearing that.
Even dope if he included, I don't know if he has a female figure, but I think it would have been dope if we saw like someone on the ground. He's kind of doing that to someone.
Dude, I just thought of, I don't know if he can do this, but I know like Dollar Tree has like little beds for like dolls. And if he had just had like the Mary Jane or like just one figure in that bed and like maybe like Carnage's like finger like dragging like against her skin or something, like I literally would have like that would have been the creepiest thing, but it would have been so effective with that caption.
But I definitely changed his background and the lighting just to be the deep black. And I like the idea of the pose, this whole like come here type thing, but even the pose could be changed. I think he could kind of have, his arms more kind of in the middle, almost like how Spider-Man kind of sits on poles where his feet and his hands are pretty much in the same area. I think you could have done something like that with the tendrils in his back sticking up, something almost like a cat. I know that sounds weird, but kind of like that, cats,
for sure.
Something like that. But the main thing is deep black background and lighting him from the top instead of from the front, and of course diffusing the light. But those are the main things that I noticed. How about you guys? How about you, Finn?
Finn, by the way, you better have been listening to that Rebel Tech thing. I think I'm onto something there, and I know you have it. So if you get that done,
So what Rebel Tech thing?
Oh, with the Rebel Tech Carnage, if you just get that kind of shot, just get like a little bed or make a little bed out of wood, and like just. If you did that shot, oh my god, dude, that's bone chilling.
I take notes, yeah, for real. But yeah, I love Rebel Tech's one of my favorite lines, so I really love these figures. I like the tendrils, I like the hand poses and stuff like that. I think that I would either put both legs in, you know what I mean, or have him more like standing, but don't have like one in and one out. It just looks a little awkward.
It looks very hip-hop rap album pose.
Oh, for sure. And like Alex said, you just want to keep it contained. Like even just put a piece of black poster board behind it and you're good. But other than that, I mean, you've covered most of it. Maybe increase the vibrancy just a little bit to make the colors pop more. Aiden, what you thinking?
I agree. I think, and I know how hard they are to come by, but again, you can use red tissue paper, like maybe a red or like a different colored light would also spruce it up a little bit, especially with the infinite black background, like black felt. And also, and again, resources are hard sometimes in this art form. I know that for sure, but a cutout maybe of just in like the red, like lettering, and then just, it could be a sound effect, like blam, like, I don't know, just something to like emphasize the screaming that he's doing would like probably sell this a little better. But I think you guys covered it all. Just the infinite black background again would send this miles high. And like Alex said, maybe increasing the aperture or putting a red light in there to really kind of color, like give it some color would definitely make this cool. And then also, like, I think Finn, you were saying this, the right leg, if it was pushed forward, it wouldn't need to be on that toe.
For
as
sure.
much, and it could be flat, and I think that would look a little more better in his squatting pose. And again, I don't know, Finn, you have the figure, if he can like do that kind of squatting pose without falling
He
back.
definitely,
Especially
he definitely
from the-
can.
Okay, cool. Especially from the weight of the tendrils. But if it can be done, I think that would make this pose look a little better too. And like Alex was saying, Wolverine's kind of signature for also doing it, where he has like his arms kind of out in front of him with his claws extended. I know the Rebel
Yeah.
Tech figure is pretty notable for doing that pose, but I definitely think that if he had even just his hands out more like that, that it would really sell this.
For sure. For sure. All right, Aiden, you want to get into yours?
Yeah, I think it's right. Boom. All right. So this is by xx.morlock.sxx. Shout out to you, man. This shot is definitely sick. There's so many great good things about this shot. So the first thing I love a good customize, and I love that he took the bullseye head and the white and the red. I think that looks really sick. I think it's awesome that he has the cutout parallel to the frame. Again, you don't really need to do that as much with sound effect bubbles. You can kind of have them angled a little more. It's mainly speech bubbles you want to, but I love how it's parallel. And I love the litter on the floor. It looks really realistic, like just like the kind of dirty like dust and stuff that's on the floor. And I love the diorama. Looks really, really good. The main thing for me, one of the main things, is the really harsh light coming from the end of the hallway. I just don't see like where that could be coming from in a realistic setting, like because normally like if it was a little higher, I'd understand, because a lot of hallway lights in hotels are like put, a little above your height or like normal people's height, where like they're a little higher on the wall. In this place, like the tan portion of the wall, like a little higher on that. So I think maybe angling the light a little higher, putting it softer, or even if you added maybe another light like a little behind bullseye, and then you use the light that's shining on that wall to maybe light the effect more than it is. And again, I also feel like that there's no need, like a lot of people sometimes do. I'm guilty of this as well. There's no need for the effect as much. Maybe he's hiding the light, but there's really no like need that there'd be an explosion between Batman and, I assume this is Joker or a henchman, that was this close to the henchman without knocking him off his feet, or object, I should say, that could be that small to like have that little of an explosion, I guess, in this concentrated like hallway. But I really also, I forgot to mention, I like the light in the top left corner because it really looks like a kind of old hallway light that's like maybe flickering on and off because it's like, it's a grungy old apartment.
Sure.
The pose on Bullseye looks great, or at least I should say the henchman or Joker. The pose on Batman looks a little like he's doing the Running Man. I just noticed that. But like I like it. He just doesn't look as scared or ready to go into battle, or maybe throw like, because I believe this is the Mezco Batman. Maybe have like those batarangs that come with him, one in his hand, like ready to throw at the gun or at Joker or whatever. But other than that, this is a solid piece for sure. Just little things like that could really push this over the edge.
One thing I'm noticing is that I feel like I can kind of see where he's going at with this really hot light. I think he was trying to kind of simulate the flames a little bit.
Yeah.
I would dim that and change it orange.
Yes, that would sell that.
Because I feel like he's trying to use this more as a flame rather than an explosion. I feel like that's what he was going for. So I would have more orange light, and I would bring the effect more into that part of the hallway, so that way there's less of the roundness of it and more of the sharpness.
Yeah, exactly. That's for me
like flames.
Yeah, because like I feel like since we see so much of the origin of the explosion, it looks a lot smaller than it should be for whatever was thrown, either a grenade or something like that. So I feel like that kind of, again, doesn't have the illusion. And I think a lot of people get caught up in thinking that colored lights are like really hard to find. But I mean, if you just go to Target and get colored tissue paper, it's like what, at the max, like $5 probably. And you just tape it or like rubber band it over your lights, and boom, you got colored lights.
Yeah. So I would definitely change that to orange. I would also change Batman's pose to make him look more hurt. I feel like that would be interesting. Kind of like holding his stomach. And I also maybe would throw a little bit more light on him. So that way we could kind of like see, if you're going to make him look hurt, you could see that he's hurt.
For sure.
If you just do the battering thing, I think the lighting is fine. But if he's hurt, I would throw more light on him. Maybe I would put like a very small blood effect near him.
Mm-hmm.
or maybe even kind of like a trail on the ground, as if this
That would be perfect.
yeah, like a trail so that way like this henchman or Joker, whoever it's supposed to be, kind of followed him by the trail or something like that.
I think also sorry, Alex, just real quick. I actually haven't even thought of this, but if he had actually taken just maybe a cheap Marvel Legends, it could have been the suited body, maybe not, and just taken some red food dye and like a little like Tupperware or something and just like dabbed it on the foot and like stamped footprints on the floor. Oh my god, that would have made this look amazing. Like Batman was walking away. But continue what you were saying.
Yeah, but I do like the litter and stuff. I do think that this wall right near Bullseye's arm, like above it where the hot light is, I think you could have added something right there, maybe like some sort of sign or some poster or something. I feel like this is a very empty wall. You know? That's something that I do sometimes. Sometimes I'll add a poster, like some random kid was going around with posters. I don't know, but just it seems very bare. And that's not necessarily too bad. It's just, to me, if people live in this apartment, maybe there's like an exit sign, or like this is where the stairwells are, or this is a map, or even like an advertisement or something like welcome to the Hilton or welcome to Joey's apartment complex or something, just something right there I think would have looked nice because it feels very empty. But other than that, I really like this shot. Oh, and the last thing I saw, he could probably dab up that cutout a little bit with some.
I was gonna say, I forgot to mention that, and Brandon Deichler, actually, he helped me. We'd had a really long conversation about cutouts, and like, because if you guys don't know, I mean, just looking at his animated series shots, any shot really, his cutouts are phenomenally cut and sharpied like up. I mean it's like precise. And so I messaged him, and he's always super nice whenever I talk to him, but about like how he like did his cutout so well, because like I've tried with Sharpie and scissors and stuff, and he actually sent me the link to the scissors he used and the marker he uses. And then he says what he does is he has white cardstock that he prints it off of at the key is kind of do it at another place like FedEx or wherever. And then he actually puts black cardstock behind it and like glues them together, then cuts it out so that way no light shines through, and then goes on with the black marker that he recommended me, which I now have. And I mean, I've only done a couple cutouts so far, and I haven't used any of them in my shots yet, but they look phenomenally better than they used to. And it's just because the scissors cut so much sharper and easier, and they're like tinier, and the markers like really, it doesn't bleed too much like Sharpies. So if you can like just go over this even with a Sharpie, I mean, those little white spots like on the second A and like a little bit on the bottom of like the 2 H's, just like little stuff like that will like this cutout will look amazing.
For sure.
Yeah, my only thing is you guys have said literally everything. I would just say clean up the dio. Like the ground just there's some it should look trashy, but like there's some point where it just looks like messy.
Well,
on the ground.
To me, if they've been fighting in this building and there's some sort of flames and maybe an explosion that happened or something, I think it looks dusty enough to me that it would make sense.
When you see like lint or like dust from like that, you can tell is obviously not from it. It like takes me out of it a little bit. But that's my only critique. I think it looks great.
I agree with you, Finn, and I think actually I would have rather had a little bit less dust, maybe dust the floor, and a little more. Maybe like if he cut up some wood like balsa wood and painted it like the dark brown, it could have looked like chips from this brown like wall at the bottom. And like that would have made sense more with the explosion. And if it was like by that elevator door or whatever on the ground, maybe like that's what the explosion triggered and be less dusty from whatever has occurred. And I think that might have set it up as well. But again, I agree with you, Finn.
For sure. Oh wait, you guys want to get into our faves?
Yeah. Let's get it.
Okay. All right, I'll do mine real fast just because I already have it pulled up right here, I believe.
Yeah, let's run through these.
And this is Boogs, and this is the one I was talking about. Finn, it's this New York bodega he's kind of got going on.
Yeah, love this shot.
Oh my god. It's Chris Lyons' diorama right here on the left that's closest to Bruce and the two men. And then the one all the way on the far side, I forget who made it. I know he's passed on, which is very sad because that diorama is exquisitely built. But I mean, it looks great. And I'm always having trouble finding 1/12 scale cars. I don't know about you guys. I still haven't found a really good one. I know I've been looking into these like RC ones that aren't bad, but I want to like paint them up. But like all the ones that like especially Adam's notorious for using this one car.
Yeah.
Simon, I know, used like a Volkswagen in a Spider-Man Homecoming shot not too long ago, and then this one again. They all look kind of die cast, so I'm curious where you get these
Yeah, I've been
die-cast
seeing them
cars.
talking about it a lot. I think there's some sort of company on eBay called Gay Toys. I know
Huh.
it. I know it sounds funny, but
No, yeah.
I think they're the ones that make those pretty decent cars. Like for example, Steven Fernandez,
Oh
and
God, dude, what a
he just
legend.
had a shot with Chucky, and I think he said that the car he used was from Gay Toys. So I'm gonna try and look into that soon because I really
I
want to incorporate some vehicles. Ugh, like
so do
I
I.
really want to, but I
They
really
look
love
great.
this shot. I
Oh
really love this
yeah,
shot. I
and
really love the blueprints too. Those are great.
yes, and again, Steven Fernandez, like you were saying, he's such a great prop builder. I mean,
Yeah,
most of the stuff in here came from him. Like I know the blueprints did. That suitcase, or the briefcase, I don't know where he got that, but that's exquisite. The boxes I know came from him. The mailbox, the ice machine. I mean, they all look so good. And I love how he uses these dioramas in tandem with each other, and it doesn't seem too cluttered. And again, I think this is also the perfect amount of trash. A lot of people, if they have a lot of trash, will go overboard and just completely litter the city. And
yeah,
though that could be true in some places, most of the time it's not going to be that dirty. And
True.
the trash here makes sense. Like the cigarette butt that's kind of put out on the ground, that's pretty average. The apple, I guarantee someone probably threw that away because it was biodegradable. The paper crumpled up, just stuff like that. That seems more like it makes more sense than some other trash you'll find on the ground and other things. And again, his the depth of field is amazing with that diorama in the back in the car, and just how blurry it is, and compared to the nice clarity with the three figures, the
for
mailbox,
sure.
all these little details really come together nicely to form one exquisite shot.
And one last thing I will say is my favorite thing in this whole shot is the bird, though.
Seriously.
I love that bird, man. Every time he uses it, I'm like, oh, I need a bird.
I have a couple from Hobby Lobby that are white, but they have no color to them and have weird texture, and they're stuck in this flying pose. So I want to use it. Maybe I think they're the ones Simon used in that shot. You guys probably remember where it's Spider-Man Homecoming jumping from building to building, and
Yeah,
the birds are fluttering around him. So I want to use them in a shot where it's using the glass technique, maybe like Superman or someone flying, but
yeah, for sure.
these stationary birds that are just eating or doing whatever they want. They look amazing.
For sure. Definitely. I agree. I just love the Dio. I like the posing a lot. I think I prefer the Mary Jane and Spider-Man one to this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. That
But
was
I like
hilarious.
I like them all. I like them both for sure though. Yeah, you guys pretty much said everything. I really enjoyed it a lot. Alex, want to do yours?
Yeah, I can quickly talk about mine. This was by Jester Jive on Instagram. I think that's how you pronounce it, unless it's Jiv. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it how I want to. But I really like this shot. Now, one thing that kind of is iffy about it to some people is the colors are really intense when Aiden pulls it up. But I really like this shot. For some reason, the colors, they're intense, but I think they work well with this. And I love the clarity is great. The pose is nice. And I like the choice of colors too. Just that purple is a beautiful purple, and so is the blue. I don't know what the Dio or the set piece, whatever you want to call it, is in the background, but I think that looks nice. And I really like the concept of this stormtrooper armor being something used by Trunks. I think it blends well, that it doesn't look like he's just in a stormtrooper armor,
It's a good concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I love the colors. Sometimes, people, I can see their colors. I'm like, it's way too intense, but something about this just works to me. I don't know what you guys thought.
Yeah, I love the posing. I love the colors. I think the pink.
Oh, the colors. Whew.
The pink just really does Trunks well, justice. I think it's awesome. Yeah, it's just super incredible. I love the weathering of the trooper, the clarity and the crispness of the the graininess looks just right.
Yeah.
And I think the thing for me is, especially with, Adam Smith's the king of this, especially this figure for sure. But if you can kit bash and make me not know what body or whatever you use at first sight, at least, or make it flow well, then it's it looks amazing. And you have my respect for sure. Because if I just saw this, if the harness wasn't on there, if this was unweathered, I mean, it'd be pretty obvious that this is a shiny
Right.
white Stormtrooper body with flat head on it. But like the way he weathered it, it flows perfectly with like the head and like just the look of the armor, and then the sword and like the satchel. I mean, I didn't even know it was a Stormtrooper body until I took a couple glances at like the shin pads and stuff. And he just did an exquisite job.
For sure. For sure.
Yep, definitely. I agree.
All right, you want to?
shot?
Yep. You want to
Yeah,
go to
I'll
yours, Finn?
I'll run through mine. This is a shot by, I don't know how you pronounce it, Avenant. Okay, Avenant. He's a Lego photographer on Instagram. Not really the biggest Lego guy, but I just love his style of photography. It's incredible. He's super huge on Instagram, but I was like, I'm gonna think outside the box for this shot. It's a happy Halloween photo, and I just love it, man. The fog, the atmosphere, it's literally perfect. Like, I can't think of a way to improve the atmosphere, the lighting, the little rays peeking through, like the lighting of the jack-o'-lantern and the glow on the Stormtrooper's chest and in the pumpkin and stuff. It's just, it's like not even a good toy photo. It's like a spectacular, like, photograph, period. Like, it's gorgeous. And it's hard to see the real detail, like, on the big screen, but, like, it's so crispy. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I really like the way that this like light shining through the fog highlights the trooper. I think that's a trooper, right? That's a scout trooper or something?
Yeah, it's a speeder. It's like a scout trooper, exactly.
Yeah, I really like the way it highlights him. It kind of brings him up, because if he didn't have that, and if the fog was more like all the way to the left, on the very left, I think he wouldn't stand out as much. But I love the way that hits him, and that jack-o'-lantern is fantastic.
For sure.
Yeah, I completely agree. I have a good amount of YouTube channels. I have one for Fortnite gaming. I have one for, of course, action figure stuff. And then I also have one for stop motion videos, and particularly Lego, which I'm sure you guys know what stop motion is. And and I like, it's nice applying lessons from ACBA in terms of lighting and shots and stuff into this kind of stuff. And I mean, this photo is spectacular. Like, this is something I'd want to mirror in stop motion. I do. I just love the lighting, the backlight. Like, this is an exquisite use of backlight. Rico Cristo does a great job with that as well. Or Chisto.
Did you just call him Cristo? Is he the Count of Monte Cristo, bro?
Anyway. He did a great job with the backlighting here. The jack-o'-lantern, I love how he lit that and how it's not too bright onto the scout trooper, how it like it just has a little bit of a flicker, like it looks like an actual candle in there. I love how there's not too much light on the ground to give away any scenery, but like you can tell that it's in like kind of a foresty setting with pumpkins everywhere. And I don't know why, but I seriously love this silhouette of a pumpkin behind him. Like, barely noticeable, where like you can find out what it is, but it's so well done. Like, it's obvious like that it's back there a little bit. And so that's why I really, really dig this shot, and the fog and just everything's top notch.
It's like perfect, man. Like, it's so good. Oh, it's so crispy. I'm in love with it, man. It's, as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, I'm done looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boom.
It's so good. For sure. But yeah, I think that's all. You guys got any other thoughts?
Whoa. We have 4 viewers now, boys.
What?
Whoa.
What's up, viewers?
Thank y'all so much for joining us. Who we got?
Right as we end it. Okay, I'll check right now. I haven't been keeping up.
Hey, 4 viewers, put hashtag Finn's a hater in the comments.
Bro, Alex, stop hammering.
Brian Carter. We got Michael Van Meter and Mervin48, and we probably have like 796 back in here or something.
Sweet. And Alex, stop. They know I'm not a hater. They know that I'm a good boy.
I'm just going to read all the comments they've been saying real fast. So Brian Carter said, I've been rewatching the 2003 TMNT cartoon. What a classic.
Oh, freak yes. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. That is one of my favorite shows ever. That show single-handedly helped get me into comic books and cartoons as a kid. Like, that was one of the that helped me get into toy collecting. Like, that show is so influential. Like, I have boxes, huge boxes of those old turtle toys, also like mixed in with the 80s toys. Like, without that show and stuff, I probably wouldn't be into this stuff as much as I am now. That's awesome. Good, such a good show.
And then let's see. And then he said, doesn't the old Quicksilver and Dakin actually have toe joints? I didn't even think about that. I think the
Dakin does have
toe joints. He does.
What Quicksilver from Hasbro? What?
It's the blue one. I know they made a green variant as well.
Is that Hasbro though?
That was Hasbro. Yeah.
Wow. I thought that was Sweetness.
Okay. Yeah, I know Dakin for sure
Yeah,
has toe joints.
It was Hasbro. I'm pretty 100% sure
What
about
wave
that.
was it in?
Hold on, let me look it up because I'm gonna be mad if I can't find it.
Anyways, while you're looking it up, do you have any other questions or comments?
Let's see. He also said Hasbro has the Overwatch figure license.
That is true, and I saw the Mercy. I think it was. It looks cool. I don't know how I feel about the articulation, but
Okay, so it was Hasbro. Just saying that, and it was Ooh, what wave was this? I'm guessing Blob by the look of the packaging, but I could be wrong because this is. I know Alex, you have the. Yeah, it was Blob. It was the Blob wave, and I know Alex, you have one of the Blob wave figures as well as I do. The same figure, which is that god awful Wolverine figure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
and
Wolverine
you use
is that
an unmasked head, which isn't too bad. It's the one that's like the black suit, really tall, lanky, not really like, not very I don't even why like short and like kind of stout and like
that's not the one from like the Return of Marvel Legends, is it?
No, it is. It's the Dark Days. It's like the really like it has like the weird like kind of face sculpt.
I'm
that's, like,
thinking
green.
of the X Force one. I like.
No,
I love that X Force one.
No,
okay, I get it now. Cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So, and then he said the Vader Down comic shows a pretty powerful Vader.
Yeah, Vader Down was good. I liked it a lot. That book was crazy.
He said, "Is this going to be your regular scheduled time, or will it differ?" Mervin, you know what? We all have like kind of crazy schedules, so just finding a time to film this is going to be hard. But I can tell you that we will be posting a new episode, like the finally finished edited version, every Saturday. But in terms of when we go live with the actual raw recording, that will vary through the week.
For sure. And if we eventually do get it on SoundCloud and iTunes, which I know, like I've said, we're working on, we might be able to have it up earlier because it won't require any video stuff. And if you need me to help edit it all, Aiden, I can always do that too.
Oh yeah, it's good. I just had a pretty busy week. And then that also leads in the next question. He said, I want to try and catch you guys live when I can, which is perfectly fine. And again, if you have questions, we'll start asking questions actually on the Instagram. You guys can ask and we'll answer.
Follow us. We'll post stuff on our story when we go live, especially on the Shutterbugs Instagram.
Yeah, but if you have any questions while we're live, be sure to ask them because we'll, of course, answer them then.
Sure.
Definitely.
And then, Brian Carter said, I thought they'd go over my shot with a laughing emoji. We're trying to, I don't know which one, but we could if you wanted to real fast, if you guys have time.
Well, let's save it for next week. Week.
Yeah, we can save it for Netflix.
For sure. And then, Ultimate, he was saying Ogon Ryu made the other Dio. Ogon Ryu, I believe, is the one that passed away, that made Boog's first Dio. And then Michael Van Meter said Ultimate Comics Wolverine. That probably was in correlation with me and Alex's like debate over like which Wolverine, that whole thing. And then Mervin just said, okay, well, I have notifications turned on. Thanks, Mervin. Sweet. So you'll be notified whenever we go live. I think that's it. Yeah. I think we can roll the outro if you guys are all ready to go.
For sure. Yeah, this has been a really fun episode. I just want to thank you all so much for joining us for episode 3 of the Shutterbugs podcast. I want to thank my co-hosts Aiden and Alex. It has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'll see you all next week. Yep, for real. We'll see you all next week. But until then, keep taking a good toy. Wait. Don't.
Oh my.
We'll keep taking toy pics and be good people. And Alex is a hater. Goodbye.